Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Konoha, Resurrect Senju, cut off Kushina at the beginning. Chapter 31. Ding. Marry Uchiha Makoto and get rewards. Uchiha Bloodline, Pure Yin Escape Chakra, Uchiha Clan Illusion. Ding. Be in love with Uchiha Makoto and get reward, mental power +2. Ear. The system prompt sounded. The corners of Senju Takuya's mouth couldn't help but curl up. He had long thought that marrying Uchiha Makoto back would give him many rewards. But I didn't expect that. The generous reward exceeded his expectations. Uchiha Bloodline. Does that mean I can also activate Sharingan? Senju Takuya said excitedly. In his previous life, he had longed for the Sharingan that could evolve from a Magatama to a Rinnegan. Sometimes when I dream that I have a Sharingan. Pity. After coming to this world, he traveled to the Senju clan. Originally, he thought that he would have nothing to do with Sharingan in this life. But he didn't expect that now he also has the power of Uchiha's bloodline. There is also the Pure Yin Escape Chakra. Now, I already have the blood of the Senju clan and the blood of the Uchiha clan. As long as I get the Pure Yang Escape Chakra, all things will be awakened in my body. Senju Takuya couldn't help but mumbled excitedly. Once he has the power of all things, his power will probably reach a very terrifying place. In addition to these, Makoto can also provide me with 2 points of spiritual blessing every day. It's really a big profit this time. Senju Takuya couldn't help but sigh. She is worthy of being the woman who gave birth to Uchiha Itachi and Uchiha Sasuke. Even though he was not that powerful, he still received such a generous reward. At this moment, Uchiha Makoto also woke up. Takuya. Uchiha Makoto slowly sat up and rubbed his eyes with his hands. Immediately, her eyes suddenly widened. Takuya, your eyes. Uchiha Makoto covered his mouth in surprise, his eyes full of horror. Senju Takuya took out a mirror and looked at it. Holy shit, this is Sharingan. Looking at the pair of scarlet 3-tomo Sharingan in the mirror, Senju Takuya was also shocked. But he soon came to his senses. Sharingan opens eyes and is closely related to mental power. And his own mental power is relatively strong. In addition, Yamanaka Ono and Nara Miki have provided him with spiritual blessings every day for a period of time. As well as the Pure Yin Chakra I just obtained. It is not strange to open 3-tomo Sharingan all at once. Takuya, why do your eyes look like this? Uchiha Makoto asked in a low voice while looking at Senju Takuya's 3-tomo Sharingan. It's a secret of mine. You can't tell anyone. Senju Takuya didn't explain much. I see. Uchiha Makoto nodded vigorously. This matter, you really can't let anyone know. Otherwise, once the news spread that the Senju clan leader owned the 3-tomo Sharingan, the whole of Konoha. Wrong. It's the entire ninja world. I'm afraid they will all go crazy. Takuya, plant a spiritual contract in my head. After a moment of silence, Uchiha Makoto said. Need not. Makoto, I believe you. Besides, other people will know about this sooner or later. There is no need for a spiritual contract. Senju Takuya shook his head and rejected Uchiha Makoto's proposal. On the one hand, he has great trust in Uchiha Makoto. The other party will never do anything detrimental to him. On the other hand, sooner or later, others will know that he has a Sharingan. There is absolutely no need to carve a spiritual contract into Uchiha Makoto's mind just because of this. Takuya, I want you to carve a spiritual contract into my mind. Uchiha Makoto lowered his head and whispered. At the same time, her face also turned rosy visibly. Seeing her like this, Senju Takuya immediately understood what Uchiha Makoto was really thinking. After last night, he discovered that Uchiha Makoto is a flirt. In normal times, he is very docile and well behaved. But, once in bed, it's like he's become a different person. Very crazy. Since you ask so, I will reluctantly agree. In the future, I will punish you if you disobey. After Senju Takuya finished speaking, he carved a spiritual contract in Uchiha Makoto's mind. After, Uchiha Makoto's life depended on his thoughts. Takuya, I like you so much. Uchiha Makoto lay in Senju Takuya's arms and said coquettishly. What did you call me? Senju Takuya raised Uchiha Makoto's chin and asked domineeringly. Master. Senju Takuya felt hot after hearing Uchiha Makoto's words. You little goblin, let's see how I deal with you. This moment, Uchiha Makoto suddenly thought of what Uzumaki Kushina said to her not long ago. When your husband is punished and just wants to beg for mercy, you will understand everything. Before, she doesn't understand. Now, she really felt it. A week later, after Senju Takuya left the room, Uzumaki Kushina poked Uchiha Makoto in the arm. Makoto, now you know why I asked you to help me, right? Uzumaki Kushina smiled helplessly. When she first married Senju Takuya, she thought that she would be able to handle Senju Takuya once she got used to it. As a result, I was tidied up every night. Later, Yakushi Nanoyu is married. Kushina thinks that if the two of them join forces, they can finally deal with Takuya, right? But it turned out that she was overthinking it. Then Yamanaka Ono, Nara Miki, and Akamaiki Ryoko joined in. They were still killed and abandoned their armor. Until now, plus Uchiha Makoto. 6 people joined forces, but they were still no match for Senju Takuya. This made Kushina very depressed. My husband, is this a little too pervert? Hearing Uzumaki Kushina's words, Uchiha Makoto nodded with deep understanding. No wonder my best friend could come up with this method to revive the Senju clan. Judging from the strength shown by the master, this is indeed a good idea. It seems that we have to marry the master a few more wives as soon as possible. Hearing Uchiha Makoto's words, Uzumaki Kushina and the others nodded in agreement. As for their thoughts, Senju Takuya naturally doesn't know. He is now busy going to the mission hall to release missions. As the situation in the ninja world became increasingly tense, many places began to become chaotic. Several properties under his name were attacked by a group of unknown ninjas. In order to ensure the normal profitability of the industry, he decided to hire some ninjas to investigate. Konoha Village, Mission Hall. In order to solve the problem once and for all, Senju Takuya directly issued an A-level mission. Anyway, it's just less than 1 million in remuneration. Sigh, there are still too few helpers. It seems that we still have to establish our own power in the future. After releasing the task, Senju Takuya couldn't help but sigh. Now, most of the properties under his name employ local ninjas to protect their safety. But this is not an option. As the situation becomes increasingly tense, those ninjas from other villages are likely to become unstable factors. Walking out of the mission hall, Senju Takuya met Namikaze Minato and Hitaki Kakashi. Minato, long time no see. Senju Takuya looked at Namikaze Minato and took the initiative to say hello. Takuya, long time no see. When Namikaze Minato saw Senju Takuya, a very forced smile appeared on his face. Months ago, he invited Uzumaki Kushina to have dinner together, but was rejected on the spot. Later, he took a mission and left the village. Unexpectedly, when he comes back from completing his mission. But there is news that Uzumaki Kushina and Senju Takuya have got married. The sudden change almost caused him to collapse. His own goddess turned out to be someone else's wife. This feeling, it was so uncomfortable. Now I finally feel better, but I didn't expect to meet Senju Takuya again. Minato, speaking of which, you haven't given me the bride price for Kushina and I's wedding yet. Senju Takuya pretended not to see Namikaze Minato's face and continued. Hey, yeah, I've been a little busy lately, so I forgot about it. I will make up for the bride price later. Namikaze Minato's expression became a little darker. But, after chatting with Senju Takuya for a few words, in his heart, instead, I felt a little more relieved. Seeing him like this, Senju Takuya nodded with satisfaction. It's not that he hates Namikaze Minato, but he wants to remind Namikaze Minato in this way. Uzumaki Kushina, she is already his woman. He doesn't want his woman to be remembered by others in the future. Hitaki Kakashi was beside him, looking at Senju Takuya with curious eyes. This guy, is he the new leader of the Senju clan? He looks really handsome. Noticing Hitaki Kakashi secretly looking at him, Senju Takuya had a bad smile on his face. Yo, Minato, is this white-haired brat your disciple? You are wearing a face mask in broad daylight, am I an ugly person? Senju Takuya said as he reached out his hand and rubbed Hitaki Kakashi's head. Don't say, it feels pretty good. I'm not a brat. Wearing a face mask is purely a personal interest and has nothing to do with appearance. Hitaki Kakashi opened Senju Takuya's hand angrily and said with a slightly unhappy tone. This guy, why are you so rude? Yeah, I do not believe. Senju Takuya said casually. You. Hitaki Kakashi's chest felt tight and he almost couldn't breathe. Takuya, this is Kakashi, the son of Lord Sakumo. Although he is only 8 years old, he is already an excellent chunin. He also has the title of Konoha's most talented ninja. Namikaze Minato explained to Senju Takuya. Sakumo's son. Understood. This guy is no ordinary kid, he's a genius kid. Senju Takuya nodded pretending to be enlightened. I told you, I'm not a brat. Hitaki Kakashi airway. Did this B bastard really listen to what he said? Okay, I got it. Senju Takuya's perfunctory kaido. This expression made Hitaki Kakashi very angry again. Takuya, stop teasing him. Namikaze Minato said with a helpless smile. By the way, why are you here? Namikaze Minato asked curiously. You also know that the ninja world is not peaceful recently. Recently, several properties of the Senju clan have been attacked. I'll issue a task and hire a few people to solve it. Senju Takuya said casually. That's it. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Namikaze Minato was thoughtful. The three of them walked out of the hall together. Takuya, there's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I don't know if I should say it. Namikaze Minato suddenly spoke. Then don't say it. Senju Takuya said casually. Forehead. Namikaze Minato was stunned, feeling as if he had eaten shit in his mouth. This guy, talking as still as maddening as ever. Well, Takuya, I decided to tell you. It's presumptuous, but Kushina's dream is to become a Hokage. I heard that you are also very strong, so you should work hard to become the Hokage for Kushina. Namikaze Minato looked at Senju Takuya and said slowly. Minato, you are wrong. Kushina's current goal is to revive Senju. And, you don't need to worry about Kushina from now on. Senju Takuya said calmly. Forehead. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Namikaze Minato was stunned again. Combined with the fact that Kushina publicly helped Senju Takuya choose a wife, it seems that this is really the case. Thinking of this, Namikaze Minato was completely relieved. Now that Kushina has his own life, it's time for him to give up completely. Takuya, you were very smart when you were in school. Can I ask you a question? Now that he has decided to give up, Namikaze Minato has become much more normal in front of Senju Takuya. What is the problem? Senju Takuya asked. I've been thinking lately that when ninjas are fighting, it's a waste of time to keep forming seals. It would be great if we could invent an instant Muji ninjutsu. It's a pity. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I always feel that I'm close to the goal, but I haven't been able to break through. Namikaze Minato expressed his troubles. He recently learned the Flying Thunder God technique. But, every time I use the Flying Thunder God technique, I always feel like it's a bit boring. Today, see Senju Takuya. Namikaze Minato expressed what was on his mind. After all, when I was in ninja school, Senju Takuya has always had a lot of clever ideas. This is simple. I just recently developed a Muji ninjutsu. Senju Takuya smiled after hearing Namikaze Minato's words. An idea flashed through his mind. Really? Namikaze Minato asked with a surprised look on his face. He originally didn't have high hopes for this matter. Unexpectedly, Senju Takuya actually has such ninjutsu. Minato, as long as you promise me one thing, I can teach you this ninjutsu. Senju Takuya said softly. What's the matter? Namikaze Minato asked strangely. Protect the Senju clan's property outside. 1 year. Senju Takuya said softly. He is now alone and has no power. There are so many properties outside that he can't even take care of them. It would be great if Namikaze Minato could help. And, a year's time, it was enough for him to establish his own power. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Namikaze Minato hesitated. Is 1 year too long? Don't worry, this ninjutsu will definitely meet your requirements. If you learn from him, your strength will definitely improve by leaps and bounds. Even if you want to compete with the Hokage in the future, it is not impossible. Besides, if you feel dissatisfied later, then our agreement will be void. How about that? Senju Takuya continues to follow the lead. After hearing his words, Namikaze Minato finally stopped hesitating. Become a Hokage. It has always been his biggest dream. Good. I agreed. Namikaze Minato gritted his teeth and said. Isn't it just 1 year? He can persist. It would be great. Senju Takuya smiled. He knows Namikaze Minato's character very well. Since the other party has made such a promise, in the next year, the other party will definitely do its best to protect the property under the name of the Senju family. Moment. The three of them came to a forest in Konoha village. Takuya, what kind of ninjutsu are you talking about? Namikaze Minato said eagerly. Hatake Kakashi also looked at Senju Takuya curiously. Muji ninjutsu. That is very precious and rare. Can this guy with a sharp tongue really invent such a ninjutsu? He even boasted that a single ninjutsu would give Namikaze Minato the strength to compete with the Hokage. Isn't this boasting too much? Watch it. Senju Takuya stretches out his right hand and mobilizes the chakra in his body. Soon, a sky blue ball appeared in his hand. Seeing this ball, Hatake Kakashi was speechless. That's it. It doesn't look as powerful as it sounds. Only, he realized it when he saw the shock in Namikaze Minato's eyes. Maybe he has no vision. Takuya, you really did me a big favor. You are such a genius. Namikaze Minato took a deep breath and said. The ninjutsu Senju Takuya is currently performing is exactly the same as the ninjutsu he wanted in his mind. Captain Minato, is this ninjutsu really that powerful? Hatake Kakashi asked with some confusion. Cut. A kid is just a kid, he has no eyesight at all. Senju Takuya snorted. Immediately, he pressed the Rasengan in his hand on a giant tree. Boom. With a loud noise, the giant tree in front of me that required several people to hug it broke unexpectedly. It's not very powerful. Hatake Kakashi curled his lips and said. It's not strong, but it's enough to hit people. Senju Takuya said calmly. Rasengan is not particularly powerful, but for ninjas with high attack and low imitation. This kind of power is enough to completely make the enemy lose their combat effectiveness. And, if you feel that the power is low, you can increase the output of chakra. After Senju Takuya finished speaking, Rasengan appeared in his hand again. This time, Senju Takuya uses a little more chakra. The next second, the Rasengan, which was originally about the size of a baseball, quickly expanded. In just an instant, it turned into a huge chakra ball with a diameter of several meters. Gulu. Feeling the amazing pressure of Rasengan in Senju Takuya's hand, Hatake Kakashi couldn't help but swallow. If you get hit by this thing, it will definitely hurt, right? How about it? Minato, are you satisfied? Senju Takuya waved away the Rasengan in his hand and looked at Namikaze Minato and asked. There are detailed steps in the original book on how to practice Rasengan. It is also a very simple thing to practice. Senju Takuya mastered Rasengan a few years ago in order to have more killer skills for himself. Did not expect. I can use it today to make a deal with Namikaze Minato. I am very satisfied. Takuya, I really admire your magnanimity. Don't worry, I will do my best to protect the Senju family's industry during this year. Namikaze Minato said excitedly. He could already imagine how powerful this ninjutsu would be when combined with the Flying Thunder God technique. He made a lot of money from this transaction. To know this precious ninjutsu, it's not something you can get if you're willing to pay the price. For a moment, Namikaze Minato looked at Senju Takuya with gratitude in his eyes. By the way, Takuya, does this ninjutsu of yours have a name? Namikaze Minato suddenly asked. Yes, Rasengan. The big one just now is called Big Ball Rasengan. Senju Takuya spoke. Rasengan. Good name. Namikaze Minato said happily. He has been obsessed with names since he was a child. Generally speaking, it is difficult for the names given by others to suit their wishes. But the name, Rasengan, really satisfied him. It was exactly the name he expected in his mind. Kid, what do you think of the Rasengan jutsu now? Senju Takuya looked at Hatake Kakashi and asked with a smile. Snort. It's really good. But, that's it. Hatake Kakashi said harshly. Rasengan is indeed amazing, but it's not as strong as the other party claims, right? Compared with those S-level ninjutsu, it is obviously not on the same level. Tisk, tisk, Tisk. Kid, you are really short-sighted. Senju Takuya shook his head and said. Hey, who are you calling short-sighted? Hatake Kakashi couldn't stand it anymore. He had grown up with praise from others, but he had never been told this before. Isn't it? You only see the surface. Tell me, how does Rasengan work? Senju Takuya asked. Chakra's form changes. Hatake Kakashi wondered. Does this have anything to do with his short-sightedness? Not bad. So since Rasengan is transformed from Chakra's form, what will happen if I combine it with Chakra's nature transformation? Senju Takuya said calmly. Hearing his words, not only Hatake Kakashi, but also Namikaze Minato frowned. They have really never considered this matter. Take the most offensive wind attribute chakra as an example. Senju Takuya said as he infused Rasengan with the wind attribute chakra nature transformation. Soon, the Rasengan in the hands of Senju Takuya undergoes amazing changes. Around Rasengan, a circle of wind blades rotating at high speed appeared. This is wind-style Rasengan. Its current attack power is several times greater than that of an ordinary Rasengan, and its cutting power is terrifying. It can easily penetrate most defenses. And if we continue to increase the injection and compression of chakra. With Senju Takuya's voice, the Rasengan in his hand changed again. Not only is it getting bigger and bigger, but the wind blades around it are also getting longer and longer. This is called wind-style spiral shuriken. Senju Takuya snorted slightly. Namikaze Minato and Hatake Kakashi were already shocked and speechless. From the spiral shuriken, I felt an aura of destruction. Once its power is released, everything affected may be turned into powder. Gulu. Takuya, stop, it's too dangerous. Namikaze Minato said fearfully. This kind of breath, even among S-level ninjutsu, the power is terrifying, right? In addition to wind style, you can also inject thunder attribute chakra, fire attribute chakra. Every infusion of chakra can cause different changes in Rasengan, thus possessing different powers. Kid, do you think I was right when I said you were short-sighted? Senju Takuya looked at Hatake Kakashi and said slowly. Quote. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Hatake Kakashi lowered his head in silence. Senju Takuya is right, he is so short-sighted. Chief Takuya, I was wrong. Hatake Kakashi whispered. The arrogance that he had always felt disappeared without a trace in this moment. He suddenly felt that the way he used to be complacent about others' praise was ridiculous. Senju Takuya is the real genius. Compared with ninjas like the other party, he is nothing but a genius ninja. After a brief demonstration of Rasengan, Senju Takuya taught all the training methods of Rasengan to Namikaze Minato. This moved Namikaze Minato deeply. Senju Takuya is so good. It's not just that he wasn't hostile to him because he pursued Uzumaki Kushina. He even generously handed over such a precious Rasengan to him. And, even the cultivation methods are not reserved at all. This measure, there is really no one left. Takuya, can you practice here with me? If you don't understand anything, I can ask you at any time. Namikaze Minato said a little embarrassed. He can't wait to master Rasengan now. No problem. Senju Takuya casually agreed to Namikaze Minato's request. Anyway, he has nothing to do now. Why not get closer to Namikaze Minato? Future, maybe the other party can be used to his advantage. That's all. Namikaze Minato started practicing directly on the spot. When seeing Namikaze Minato practicing, Hatake Kakashi's eyes were full of envy. After seeing the true power of Rasengan, he was greedy. Hey kid, do you want to learn? Noticing Hatake Kakashi's gaze, Senju Takuya said casually. Chief Takuya, will you hand over Rasengan to me? Hatake Kakashi asked in surprise. Not at all. You have too little chakra. Although you can learn Rasengan, it is not enough to use the advanced version like wind-style Rasengan. Senju Takuya shook his head and said. Hearing his words, Hatake Kakashi was a little disappointed. Compared to his ninjutsu talents, chakra has always been his flaw. I have a ninjutsu that is more suitable for you. Just when Hatake Kakashi was lost, Senju Takuya continued. Really, what ninjutsu? Hatake Kakashi said excitedly. Chidori, Chidori, Hatake Kakashi repeated. That's right, you keep an eye on it. Senju Takuya stood up and quickly formed several seals with his hands. The next second, his right hand was covered in blue arcs of electricity. A crisp sound sounded. It's like 1,000 birds chirping. Watch it. After Senju Takuya finished speaking, his figure disappeared instantly. Boom. With a loud bang, Senju Takuya's figure appeared in front of a giant tree, and his right hand easily penetrated the trunk of the giant tree. Hiss. Seeing this scene, Hitaki Kakashi couldn't help but take a breath. Senju Takuya's speed just now was so fast that he didn't even see it clearly. How do you feel? Senju Takuya asked. Powerful. Hitaki Kakashi said excitedly. He clearly prefers Chidori to Rasengan. Whether it's the sound of 1,000 birds chirping or the ultimate speed, he particularly likes it. And Chidori's attack power is obviously stronger than Rasengan. The Chidori ninjutsu was developed after I developed the Rasengan. Although it is fast and lethal, its shortcomings are also obvious. The sound will reveal the location of the caster. When fighting, it takes a long way to speed up. Also, strong dynamic vision is required. Senju Takuya said calmly. So, I optimized the Chidori again. This is an improved version of Chidori. Senju Takuya's right hand was covered by arc again, but this time, no sound was made. To compensate for the Chidori's dynamic vision and speed requirements, the Reikiri can be attached to a shuriken or kunai. After Senju Takuya finished speaking, he took out a kunai, and the arc instantly covered the kunai. Whoosh! With a sound breaking through the air. The kunai covered in lightning rushed forward instantly. Click, click, click. The kunai cut 3 thick trees in succession at an extremely fast speed, like cutting tofu, and then stopped. Seeing this scene, Hitaki Kakashi opened his mouth in surprise. Is this power too strong? Chief Takuya, does the improved Chidori have a name? Hitaki Kakashi asked excitedly. Have, because I once used it to cut off the lightning in the sky, so I named it Reikiri. Senju Takuya said calmly. Reikiri. Hitaki Kakashi repeated dumbly. Immediately, the heart beat suddenly. So handsome. This ninjutsu is so cool. It once cut off the lightning in the sky, so it was named Reikiri. For a moment, Hitaki Kakashi looked at Senju Takuya with eyes filled with admiration. In this world, why are there such handsome people? Feeling Hitaki Kakashi's adoring gaze, Senju Takuya was in a good mood. No wonder some people like to show off so much. This feeling. Wonderful indeed. Takuya, you are such a pervert. Namikaze Minato couldn't help but sigh. Each of these ninjutsu that Senju Takuya used today has extremely precious value. And it all comes with its own system. According to a ninjutsu, countless attack methods can be derived. The name of pure genius can no longer describe Senju Takuya. Not to mention Kakashi, even he was a little shocked. No wonder Kushina chose Senju Takuya. He really can't compare. This time, he didn't lose unfairly. Hey, why are you still swearing? Senju Takuya is a little dissatisfied. Okay, why did he pervert? Hey kid, I'll hand over Chidori and Reikiri to you now. Senju Takuya looked at Hitaki Kakashi and said. Who knows? Hitaki Kakashi suddenly knelt on the ground. Chief Takuya, please accept me as your disciple. Hitaki Kakashi bowed and said respectfully. Ah. Looking at Hitaki Kakashi, Senju Takuya was a little confused. Why did Kakashi suddenly want to be his apprentice? Chief Takuya, Chidori and Reikiri are too precious. Please accept me as your disciple. Hitaki Kakashi said again. Now, he admires Senju Takuya. In addition, Senju Takuya wants to teach him such precious ninjutsu. Apart from becoming a disciple, Kakashi really can't think of any other way to repay Senju Takuya. Takuya, just accept Kakashi as your disciple. With Kakashi's talent, he will definitely become a better ninja than Sakumo-sama in the future. Namikaze Minato also advised. Well, in that case, I'll accept you. Hearing Namikaze Minato's words, Senju Takuya suddenly had an idea in his mind. Hitaki Sakumo is the Anbu minister. If you can get past Kakashi, get him on your side. That future, whether it's helping yourself to deal with enemies or cultivating forces. Hitaki Sakumo is a perfect candidate. Very good. I will go home and tell my father about this now. In a few days, I will ask my father to take me to visit him personally. Chief Takuya, I will go back first. Seeing Senju Takuya agree, Hitaki Kakashi stood up excitedly, turned around and ran away. In the world of Hokage, the inheritance of master and apprentice is very important. Apart from his parents, he is the master and apprentice. So, even though Senju Takuya has agreed to accept him as his disciple, Kakashi still has to let Hatake Sakumo take him to visit him in person. Senju Tribe Land. As expected of Namikaze Minato, the legendary Yellow Flash. This efficiency is really amazing. Senju Takuya looked at the information scroll in his hand, and Jonin couldn't help but smile. Last time, after he handed Rasengan to Namikaze Minato set out the next day. In less than half a month, he took back the attacked properties again. And Senju Takuya also specially sent people to set up many stations in various industries and along its routes. The purpose is to facilitate Namikaze Minato to perform the Flying Thunder God technique. The effect is also obvious. No matter where there is a problem in the industry, Namikaze Minato can arrive in the shortest time. Takuya. Just when Senju Takuya was watching with gusto, a pleasant voice sounded. Kushina. Seeing Uzumaki Kushina, Senju Takuya patted his thigh. Uzumaki Kushina did it skillfully. Why did you come here at this time? Senju Takuya held Uzumaki Kushina in his arms and asked with a smile. Oh, be more careful with your hands. In broad daylight. Ah, pervert. Faced with Senju Takuya's clumsy tactics, Uzumaki Kushina struggled for a few times, but in the end she had no choice but to compromise. This is Kakashi's letter to you. Kakashi. Senju Takuya frowned after hearing Uzumaki Kushina's words. He remembered, last time, Hatake Kakashi said that he wanted to bring Hatake Sakumo to visit him. But, it's been so long, and Kakashi hasn't come yet. He has been busy making people and handling business matters recently, and he really forgot about it. Opening the letter, Senju Takuya's frown deepened. Hatake Kakashi wrote in the letter that due to some family matters, the apprenticeship may have to be postponed for a while. Sakumo-sama has had something happen recently. So, Kakashi probably won't come over recently. Uzumaki Kushina whispered. Something happened. Senju Takuya's heart sank after hearing Uzumaki Kushina's words. Could it be? Did Hatake Sakumo choose to abandon the mission in order to save his teammates? Senju Takuya vaguely remembers the ins and outs of this incident. Probably, during a mission, Hatake Sakumo chose to give up the original mission in order to save his companions. After returning to the village, instead of being grateful to Hatake Sakumo for saving his life, the companion accused Hatake Sakumo of not giving up the mission for him. Said Hatake Sakumo is the sinner of Konoha. He doesn't deserve to be a ninja at all. At last, even many villagers began to be very dissatisfied with Hatake Sakumo's behavior. Under the pressure of public opinion, Hatake Sakumo finally chose to commit suicide. However, Senju Takuya really cannot remember the time when Hatake Sakumo committed suicide. Sakumo-sama failed the mission for the sake of the lives of his companions. Many people in the village are scolding him for not being worthy of becoming a ninja. Recently, Sakumo-sama's door has been crowded with people every day. Uzumaki Kushina slowly told the information she knew. Hearing her words, Senju Takuya nodded. This is indeed the case. It seems that, it won't be long, Hatake Sakumo will commit suicide. No, I have to check it out. Sakumo can't have any problems. Senju Takuya decided to go see it for himself without much thought. It's such a shame that a strong man like Hatake Sakumo died like this. Not to mention, he also hopes that Hatake Sakumo will train his subordinates in the future. Takuya, you don't have to worry too much. Nothing will happen to a good ninja like Sakumo-sama. Uzumaki Kushina said with relief. Hatake Sakumo. He is currently the most prestigious ninja in Konoha village except for 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Not only Minister Anbu is also allowed to wear Hokage half-sleeves. Possessing cage-level strength, he has made countless contributions to Konoha. With a pair of short blades, he killed the ninjas in the enemy village to the point of fear. A strong person who can grow to this point must be impeccable in terms of will and strength. Even if you are being criticized by everyone now, there won't be any problems, right? You do not understand. You don't have to wait for me for dinner. ... Hokage building. Hokage office. Snort. Hiruzen, I didn't expect you to do this. Shimura Danzo looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen and sneered. Sure enough, as he thought, his old friend was far from being as noble as he appeared on the surface. Thinking of this, Shimura Danzo became even more angry. Obviously everyone is the same, why can't he be the Hokage? If he can become Hokage, he must do better than Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo, I don't understand what you're talking about. Sarutobi Hiruzen said calmly. Can't understand. What happened to Hatake Sakumo? Was it you who instructed Sarutobi Daisho to do that? Shimura Danzo sneered. He didn't believe that without Sarutobi Hiruzen's instruction, Sarutobi Dashong would be so bold. Dashong did this, it was indeed my instruction. I just wanted to warn Sakumo. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a puff of cigarette and said slowly. In front of Shimura Danzo, he had no need to hide anything. Before letting Hatake Sakumo go on the mission, he specifically told him that no matter what happens, the mission must be the top priority. But Hatake Sakumo did not do this. Instead, he chose to give up the mission and rescue his teammates. This made Sarutobi Hiruzen very dissatisfied. He thinks Hatake Sakumo was disobeying his orders. Originally, he was a little wary of Hatake Sakumo's current reputation. After some thought, he decided to take this opportunity to give Hatake Sakumo's prestige a good blow. Snort. What a hypocritical guy. Shimura Danzo snorted disdainfully. Danzo, why are you taking action on your own again? Being ridiculed by Shimura Danzo, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt a little uncomfortable and quickly changed the subject. Of course it's the same purpose as you. Hatake Sakumo. Dot has become a little difficult to control. Shimura Danzo said with an indifferent expression. Hatake Sakumo is Anbu's minister. Not only is it powerful, but it also has high prestige. Another powerful figure in Konoha. The most important thing is that Hatake Sakumo is in his prime. If Sarutobi Hiruzen abdicates, Hatake Sakumo will undoubtedly be the strongest contender for the next Hokage. This is what Shimura Danzo doesn't want to see. So, after seeing Sarutobi Hiruzen's actions, he sent his ninjas to propaganda in Konoha. Judging from the current situation, the effect is very good. Hatake Sakumo has gone from being an Anbu minister who can wear a Hokage half-sleeve to a loser that everyone shouts about. In this way, Hatake Sakumo is destined to miss the Hokage's position in the future. Danzo, let this matter go. You are not allowed to act without my order in the future. Remember, I'm the Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Shimura Danzo and said coldly. Snort. Hiruzen, if I became Hokage, I would do better than you. Shimura Danzo was unconvinced by the air. After saying that, the two of them smiled tacitly. Whoever the Hokage is, this village must be under their control. No one is an exception. Hatake tribe land. The originally deserted house was now crowded with people. Hundreds of villagers and ninjas blocked Hatake Sakumo's door. Many people also took eggs and rotten vegetable leaves and kept throwing them into Hatake's yard. Hatake Sakumo, you shy little turtle, why don't you dare to come out and confront me? It's all because of you that my honor as a ninja has been lost. Do you know how much damage you caused because you gave up the mission privately? Sarutobi Daisho shouted. His body was still wrapped in bandages, and he looked a little miserable, but his voice was full of energy. Sigh. Sakumo-sama is so confused. How could he abandon the mission without permission? That's right, if a ninja can't complete its mission, what is its value? Hatake Sakumo must have done it on purpose, otherwise with his strength, how could the mission fail? He must have rebelled, we must arrest him and investigate him strictly. Under the instigation of Sarutobi Daisho, many villagers were also very dissatisfied and accused Hatake Sakumo. After listening outside for a while, Senju Takuya snorted in his heart. It was exactly what he thought. Behind this incident, there are the shadows of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. Among the people blocking the door now, there may be Anbu or a ninja at the root. Get out of the way, I want to go in. Senju Takuya stepped forward and snorted. Who are you? That's right, you're not talking too softly, why should you ask us to get out of the way? Are you Hatake Sakumo's accomplice? After hearing Senju Takuya's words, everyone spoke in dissatisfaction. But when they turned around and saw Senju Takuya's appearance, they all closed their mouths in unison. After all, not long ago, They all still vividly remember the incident of Senju Takuya beating up Shimura Danzo's son in the street. They don't dare to mess with people who even Shimura Danzo doesn't care about. Soon, the crowd made way for a passage. Enter the Hitaki family's mansion. The first thing that catches the eye is the dirty and messy courtyard. There were rotten eggs and rotten vegetable leaves everywhere, as well as a lot of broken stones. Hitaki Kakashi was sitting in the yard, his eyes vacant. Kakashi. Senju Takuya stepped forward and rubbed Hitaki Kakashi's head. Chief Takuya. After coming back to his senses, Hitaki Kakashi exclaimed when he saw Senju Takuya. Chief Takuya. Hitaki Kakashi opened his mouth, wanting to say something, but no words came out. 2 lines of clear tears flowed from his eyes. I don't know why, but after seeing Senju Takuya, the grievance in his heart burst out instantly. Okay, stop crying. You don't act like a ninja. Senju Takuya said calmly. I don't want to be a ninja. Hitaki Kakashi wiped his tears and muttered. Kakashi, who's here? Hitaki Sakumo's voice came from the room. Father, he is the Takuya clan leader. Hitaki Kakashi called back and led Senju Takuya into the room. Seeing Senju Takuya and Hitaki Kakashi come in, Hitaki Sakumo calmly put the letter paper on the table into his arms. Chief Takuya, I already know about Kakashi. I'm really sorry that I couldn't visit right away. Hitaki Sakumo looked at Senju Takuya and smiled reluctantly. In the sound, full of weariness, I wonder what Sakumo-sama was writing just now. Let me guess. Could. Daughter, these your last words? Senju Takuya sat opposite Hitaki Sakumo and said casually. What, father, you? Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Hitaki Kakashi exclaimed and reached out to take out the letter from Hitaki Sakumo's arms. Kakashi, calm down first. Hitaki Sakumo sighed and spoke calmly. Hearing that he didn't deny it, Hitaki Kakashi's face turned even darker. My father's reaction could only mean one thing. Senju Takuya just hit the mark. I never expected that Sakumo-sama, who is respectfully known as Konoha's White Fang, would turn out like this. Senju Takuya looked at Hitaki Sakumo and said coldly. He has already seen that Hitaki Sakumo is determined to die. If he doesn't come, I'm afraid Hitaki Sakumo will choose to commit suicide tonight. Chief Takuya, are you here to accuse me too? Hitaki Sakumo said in a low voice. Accusation. Senju Takuya raised an eyebrow. Yes. Now everyone in the village says I'm a waste. What they said is right. A ninja who can't even complete his mission is indeed a waste. It's just that Kakashi is an excellent ninja. I hope that my incident will not affect your evaluation of him. Hitaki Sakumo said somewhat self-defeatingly. Father. Hitaki Kakashi shed tears again. Why? Obviously my father is a kind-hearted rescue partner. Why did it end up like this? Could it be? Should we really watch our companions die for the sake of the mission? You're right, you are indeed a waste. Senju Takuya said calmly. Chief Takuya. Hitaki Kakashi looked at Senju Takuya in disbelief. Could it be? Does even the Takuya clan leader think his father did something wrong? Kakashi, listen to me first. Senju Takuya took a deep breath. Sakumo, I do think you are a waste. But it's not because you gave up on the mission, it's because of your current attitude. I ask you, if you were given another chance to choose, what would you do? Should we continue the mission or rescue our companions? Senju Takuya asked in a deep voice. Quote. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Hitaki Sakumo fell silent. Even if he had to choose again, he would still choose to give up the mission for his companions. This was a decision he made after careful consideration, and he would never change it no matter how many times he chose it. I think you should have the answer in your mind, right? Since you feel that you are not wrong, why do you put on such a decadent look? Just because the rescued companion blamed you. Is it because I was ostracized by the villagers? Senju Takuya said coldly. Stick to what you think is right. Even if everyone doesn't understand you, you shouldn't waver. This is what a ninja should be like. Look at your current state again. If someone scolds me a few times, I will die. Even if I feel in my heart that I am right, I don't dare to refute. As a ninja, you chose to die with an infamy on your back. As a father, you chose to leave Kakashi alone and let him face everything alone. There is no sense of honor or responsibility. What is a guy like you other than a waste? What is a guy like you other than a waste? Listening to Senju Takuya's question, Hatake Sakumo opened his mouth blankly. Since abandoning his mission and returning to the village, he has received countless condemnations. Whether it's Sarutobi Dashong or the villagers who came here after hearing the news. Hatake Sakumo didn't take it too seriously. He seeks death. It was just because I was completely disappointed with the village. But, Senju Takuya's words made him feel an unprecedented sense of shame. He had never thought before that he was so unbearable. This made Hatake Sakumo feel a little unwilling. Chief Takuya, things are not as simple as you think. Hatake Sakumo retorted. I know, it's nothing more than Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo fanning the flames from behind. Because you threaten their status and their rights. But so what? Have you ever thought about resisting them? Have you ever thought about doing anything to them? Have you ever thought about harming the village? If not, why would you seek death because of their suspicion? Are you living in this world just for them? Senju Takuya said coldly. Hearing this series of questions, Hatake Sakumo was completely speechless. Yes, even considered a threat by Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. But, as long as he has a clear conscience, wouldn't it be fine? Senju Takuya is right, he doesn't live just for Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. If the other party doesn't trust him, he just resigns. Why seek death? Looking at the junior in front of him, Hatake Sakumo was filled with admiration. Because he discovered, even though he has the strength of a cage-level strongman, even though he is respected as Konoha's White Fang, even though he is the powerful Anbu minister in Konoha. But, compared with Senju Takuya, his measure, there are too many differences. Kakashi, I'm so sorry for making you worry. Hatake Sakumo patted Hatake Kakashi's head lovingly. Chief Takuya. Hatake Kakashi looked at Senju Takuya gratefully. Although he couldn't quite understand what Senju Takuya said, he could feel that his father was convinced and would not continue to seek death. After walking out of the room, Hatake Kakashi's expression was still a little depressed. Kid, why do you still have this expression? Senju Takuya asked casually while looking at Hatake Kakashi. Chief Takuya, did my father really do something wrong? Hatake Kakashi looked at Senju Takuya in confusion. Although my father no longer seeks death, people outside are still blocking the door and cursing him. Kakashi, do you think your father did something wrong? Senju Takuya asked rhetorically. I think that's right. After thinking for a while, Hatake Kakashi shook his head. That's it. Kakashi, remember, if a ninja who fails to complete his mission is called a waste, then a ninja who abandons his companions is even worse than a waste. Senju Takuya said word for word. Those who abandon their companions are worse than trash. Hatake Kakashi's eyes lit up. This sentence, a reason. As expected of the Takuya clan leader. Hatake Kakashi looked at Senju Takuya with eyes filled with admiration. He had never felt this way about anyone since he was born. Kakashi, follow me, Senju Takuya said, turned around and walked outside. Chief Takuya, what do you want to do? Hatake Kakashi asked curiously. Restore your father's honor. By the way. Shut up those guys out there. ... Squeak. The door to Hatake's house was slowly pushed open. Senju Takuya and Hatake Kakashi walked out slowly. Kakashi, where is Sakumo Hatake? Get that trash out of here. Seeing Hatake Kakashi, Sarutobi Daishiong said immediately. Why do you say that about father? He obviously saved you. After glancing at Senju Takuya, Hatake Kakashi retorted loudly. I bother. Do you think I want to be saved by him? I'm willing to die for the mission. Sarutobi Daishiong said with a cold snort. As for why Hatake Sakumo is said to be a waste. A ninja is a tool, and the purpose of existence is to complete the task. A ninja who can't even complete his mission is nothing but a waste. Sarutobi Daisho continued. What you said is wrong. Ninjas are not tools, we also have thoughts and feelings. My master said that if a ninja who cannot complete the task is a waste, then a ninja who abandons his companions is worse than a waste. Hatake Kakashi retorted loudly. Hearing his words, the crowd of onlookers began to whisper. Ninjas also have thoughts and feelings, they are not tools. If a ninja who cannot complete the task is a waste, then a ninja who abandons his companions is worse than a waste. This sentence is so perfect. That seems to be true. Don't you, Hokage-sama, often say that you can sacrifice everything to protect the village and your companions. To be able to say such profound words, who is the teacher in Kakashi's mouth? The butt determines the head. Hatake Kakashi's words naturally made the ninjas present feel good about him. After all, who would want to be a tool? You are making excuses. Hatake Sakumo has not completed his mission and is a waste. He should be punished. Seeing something was wrong with the wind direction, Sarutobi Daisho immediately shouted loudly. Seeing the unreasonable Sarutobi Daisho, Hatake Kakashi was very angry, but he didn't know how to refute. Kakashi, when logic doesn't make sense, just talk about physics. Senju Takuya smoothly pulled out the short blade from Hatake Kakashi's back. Looking at Sarutobi Daisho who was still chattering, Senju Takuya injected chakra into the short blade. The powerful momentum made everyone present secretly frightened. This is none of your business. Sarutobi Daisho swallowed and said. He is my master. Hatake Kakashi shouted. Only then did everyone realize that the master Hatake Kakashi was talking about was Senju Takuya. You keep saying that Hatake Sakumo, who abandoned his mission, should die. Don't you think you should be the one who deserves to die the most? If you hadn't held back, the mission wouldn't have failed, right? Senju Takuya's voice was not loud, but it was enough for everyone present to hear. After hearing this sentence, many people thought about it for a moment and immediately felt that it made sense. Soon, there was something wrong with the way everyone looked at Sarutobi Daisho. No, that's not the case. Even if I am injured, then Hatake Sakumo should not abandon the mission. He chose to give up the mission, so he should bear the greatest responsibility. Sarutobi Daisho panicked. Snort, what you said is just a lie to a child. If you really would rather die to complete the mission, then why didn't you commit suicide when Hatake Sakumo chose to save you? I believe that after you die, Hatake Sakumo will still choose to give up the mission. Senju Takuya said with a sneer. This seems to make sense. Yes, if he had committed suicide at that time, Sakumo-sama would have been able to continue completing his mission, right? If you think about it, he is the culprit that caused the mission to fail. Have we been deceived by this guy from beginning to end? Why is this fool trying to slander Lord Sakumo? Is he a spy from another village? It must be that he saw the mission failed and was afraid of taking responsibility, so he put all the mistakes on Sakumo-sama. It's so shameless, Lord Sakumo really saved a white-eyed wolf. Under Senju Takuya's step-by-step questioning, public opinion began to change. The villagers who were watching also began to target Sarutobi Daisho. Hateful, you guy, are talking nonsense. Seeing himself becoming the target of public criticism, Sarutobi Daisho was completely panicked. Continue like this, not only will he fail to complete the task assigned to him, but he will also bring discredit to the Sarutobi clan. Flustered, Sarutobi Daisho took out a kunai. You arrogant person, I will kill you. Sarutobi Daisho shouted and rushed towards Senju Takuya. Snort. Seeing this scene, Senju Takuya snorted coldly. Swing the chakra short blade in his hand. Boom. With a loud noise, a huge sword flashed. The powerful aura made everyone's hearts tremble. The next second, the sword light went away in a horizontal direction, leaving a deep ravine in the street. At last, by some coincidence, the Hokage rock of 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen happened to be split in half. Gulu. What a terrifying power. Such a powerful chakra deserves to be the leader of the Senju clan. How powerful is Senju Takuya? Even an elite Jonin wouldn't be able to do such a thing, right? The oppressive feeling just now was so overwhelming that I almost thought I was dead. The onlookers were all shocked by the strength displayed by Senju Takuya. Unlike the last time he was beaten in the street, Shimura was lucky. This time, although Senju Takuya only made one move, it made everyone feel deeply afraid. Sarutobi Daisho was so frightened that he wet his pants and squatted on the ground. Don't kill me, don't kill me. I don't want to die yet, please, don't kill. Sarutobi Daisho was frightened when he faced the blow just now. He squatted on the ground with his head in his hands and kept saying begging for mercy. Everyone has seen it, right? A guy like this who is greedy for life and afraid of death, and keeps saying that he is willing to sacrifice for the mission. Do you think it is possible? I think it must have been him crying and begging Hatake Sakumo to save him, which made Hatake Sakumo finally choose to give up the mission. Senju Takuya shouted. After hearing his words, he looked at Sarutobi Daisho, who was peeing all over the floor. The faces of the villagers who were watching all had expressions of disgust. I was almost deceived by you. That's right, if it weren't for the Takuya clan leader, we would have wronged Lord Sakumo. Severe punishment. Must be punished severely. After everything came to light, the villagers threw all the rotten eggs and vegetables in their hands towards Sarutobi Daisho. In an instant, Sarutobi Daisho became embarrassed. However, Senju Takuya had no intention of letting him go just like that. Sarutobi Daishyong, who is behind this incident? If it weren't for someone supporting you in your courage, I wouldn't believe you would dare to slander Hatake Sakumo. Senju Takuya said coldly to Sarutobi Daisho. Yes, tell me, who asked you to do this? Tell us who's behind it. Asshole, I knew this matter wasn't that simple. The villagers suddenly understood what Senju Takuya said and immediately began to question Sarutobi Daisho. Seeing everyone's angry expressions, Sarutobi Daisho knew that he was doomed. He trembled all over and looked in the direction of the Hokage building unconsciously. The next moment, several masked ninjas rushed out. Sarutobi Daisho, you dare to attack a ninja from the same village openly. Your crime is unforgivable. Poof! With the sound of a sharp blade entering the body, Sarutobi Daisho's heart was pierced by Anbu's kunai. Before dying, Sarutobi Daisho opened his mouth, as if he wanted to say something. But all that came out of his mouth was bright red blood. By order of Lord Hokage, everyone is dispersed. Driven by Anbu, the onlookers dispersed. Seeing this scene, Senju Takuya shook his head. Sarutobi Hiruzen is really ruthless. Even his own tribe can give up so decisively. Master, thank you so much. If it weren't for you, I would. Hatake Kakashi bowed respectfully to Senju Takuya. With the help of Senju Takuya, his father not only survived the crisis but also restored his reputation. It's hard to say where things would have gone if it hadn't been for Senju Takuya. Kakashi, remember, you can't be foolishly loyal to the village. You need to know who you are loyal to. Senju Takuya whispered in Hatake Kakashi's ear. I see. No matter what happens, I will stand firmly on your side. Hatake Kakashi said in a deep voice with firm eyes. Hokage building. Hokage office. Senju Takuya, this idiot. Senju brats. It's him again. Shimura Danzo roared angrily. This time, what a perfect plan it was. But because of Senju Takuya's participation, everything was messed up again. Not only did it not damage Hatake Sakumo's prestige, it also allowed him to be prepared in advance. Once the other party is on guard, it may be troublesome. Alas, I didn't expect that Kakashi would become Senju Takuya's disciple. Sarutobi Hiruzen was also a little depressed. If he knew that Senju Takuya would also be involved in this matter, he would definitely plan more carefully. It's good now that a Jonin from the Sarutobi clan was lost in vain. Hokage-sama, this is the letter that Sakumo-sama has handed over to you. A masked Anbu ninja walked in. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned and opened the letter. Immediately, the brow gradually becomes soothing. Seeing Sarutobi Hiruzen's appearance, Shimura Danzo became even more curious. Hiruzen, what did Hatake Sakumo say in the letter? After hearing Shimura Danzo's words, Sarutobi Hiruzen raised his head and glanced at Shimura Danzo. Sakumo asked me to resign. Sakumo asked me to resign. Sarutobi Hiruzen said calmly. Hearing his words, Shimura Danzo looked surprised. Although he didn't understand why Hatake Sakumo would be stupid enough to resign. But he was still very happy in his heart. Sarutobi Hiruzen is also in a good mood. Although there were some accidents in the middle, his goal was still achieved. After Hatake Sakumo resigned as Anbu's minister, he was able to keep Anbu firmly in his hands. And, without the title of Minister Anbu, it will not be so easy for Hatake Sakumo to become a Hokage in the future. Hiruzen, since Hatake Sakumo has resigned as Minister of Anbu, I suggest that I serve as Minister of Anbu. Make Anbu and Roots into one. Shimura Danzo said excitedly. Snort. Danzo, get over your petty thoughts. Sarutobi Hiruzen snorted. He knew very well what Shimura Danzo was thinking. 1. Root. Makes Danzo jump up and down. If Anbu is handed over to him again, it will not be surprising that the other party directly chooses a coup. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Moreover, after what happened with Hatake Sakumo, Sarutobi Hiruzen had made up his mind. Anbu. It must be under his own control. Snort. Not getting the answer he wanted, Shimura Danzo snorted, turned and left. After walking out of the Hokage building and looking at the Hokage rock being repaired, Shimura Danzo secretly made up his mind. Senju Takuya is really too rampant. Strong strength, deep financial resources, and the backing of the Senju clan. Future. I'm afraid it will become more troublesome. He must find a way to get rid of the other party. Since you can't do it yourself, go to the black market and put a reward on it. Shimura Danzo snorted. He didn't believe that Senju Takuya could hide in the village for a lifetime. As long as the other party leaves the village, those bounty ninjas will definitely not let him go. Hatake Sakumo's time has come to an end. Due to Senju Takuya's strong intervention, Hatake Sakumo's prestige was not only not affected, but was further enhanced by words such as, in order to save his companions, he did not hesitate to bear the infamy. Although in the end Hatake Sakumo resigned from the position of Minister Anbu. But, such an ending, it's surprising enough. And Senju Takuya, who played an important role in this incident, has once again gained popularity. No matter the villagers or the various ninja clans in Konoha, they no longer dare to underestimate the newly appointed young leader of the Senju clan. Even, the reputation of Senju Takuya has spread to other villages. For a time, unparalleled in the limelight. Senju tribe land. Master, please drink tea. Hatake Kakashi respectfully handed the tea to Senju Takuya's hand. Senju Takuya drank it all in one gulp. So far, the apprenticeship ceremony is officially completed. Chief Takuya, thank you very much for what happened last time. Hatake Sakumo said from the bottom of his heart. After a few days of thinking, he had figured it out. Last time, it was him who got into trouble. Because of Sarutobi Hiruzen's distrust, he actually wanted to commit suicide. It's so silly. If it weren't for Senju Takuya, he might have died with infamy by now. And Kakashi, I don't know how much damage I will endure. Easy to do. Sakumo, I heard that you resigned from the position of Minister Anbu. Senju Takuya asked with a smile. The village no longer trusts me. If I continue to do this, I don't know what kind of trouble it will cause. Hatake Sakumo said truthfully. Indeed it is. Then what are your plans now? Senju Takuya continued to ask. Not yet. Hatake Sakumo shook his head. In that case, why not come and help me? Help you? Hatake Sakumo's expression was a little confused. You know, the Senju clan has many industries and they can be found all over the ninja world. After more than 10 years of recuperation, the ninja world has begun to become unstable again recently. The properties under my name have been attacked many times. It's better now that Minato is helping to take care of it, but in the future, if a war breaks out, I'm afraid it will be troublesome. So, I want to train a group of ninja forces of my own. You are Minister Anbu. This kind of thing should be easy for you, right? Senju Takuya stated his purpose. Really, some villages have become increasingly restless recently. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Hatake Sakumo nodded in agreement. As the former minister of Anbu, he knows a lot of secret information. According to the information he knew, the Third Ninja War was almost inevitable. Father, please help Master. Anyway, you are idle when you are idle. Hatake Kakashi advised. You boy. Seeing Kakashi's expectant look, Hatake Sakumo showed a helpless smile on his face. Fortunately, Kakashi is a boy. If he were a girl, I might have to commit myself to him in the future. Chief Takuya, then leave this matter to me. Hatake Sakumo agreed without much thought. He is really not a character who can sit idle. Since Senju Takuya saved him and was Kakashi's master, it was natural for him to help as much as possible. It would be great. Senju Takuya was very happy. No matter how strong he is still just one person. You must form your own force. And with the help of Hatake Sakumo, everything becomes easy. As time passed, with the help of Hatake Sakumo, Senju Takuya's forces were also formed. Most of the members are orphans and wandering ninjas. Although the time is too short, there is no substantial combat effectiveness. But, I believe that in the near future, under the training of Hatake Sakumo, these people will be able to become independent ninjas. And, although the staff is very mixed, with Hatake Sakumo watching over him, he doesn't have to worry about rebellion at all. At the same time, at the border of Konoha, led by Cloud Shinobi Village and Sunagakur, and united with the surrounding Shinobi Village, they began to continuously provoke disputes on the Konoha border. Can be expected, soon after, the Third Ninja War may break out. These things made Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo temporarily have no energy to do anything. Village also calmed down. It is worth mentioning that due to the strength shown by Senju Takuya, Sarutobi Hiruzen forcibly assigned him the identity of a ninja. That's right, now Senju Takuya is a glorious Konoha genin. In addition to these things, there is another thing that makes Senju Takuya very happy. Under his hard work, Uzumaki Kushina and Uchiha Makoto both became pregnant. Yamanaka Ono, Nara Miki, and Akamaiki Ryoko also became pregnant soon. So far, all 6 of Senju Takuya's wives are pregnant. So, to revive Senju, wife selection plan, it also started to work again. After Uzumaki Kushina and others all became pregnant, the Senju clan's wife selection plan began to start again. This time, even more kunoichi came to sign up. In this regard, after some selection, Senju Takuya selected 3 outstanding ninjas from the Inuzuka clan, the Aburame clan, and the Kurama clan. The kunoichi of the Inuzuka clan is called Inuzuka Claw. If Senju Takuya remembers correctly, she should be Inuzuka Kiba's mother in the future. The kunoichi of the Aburame clan is called Aburame Mika. Both of them have special jonin abilities. As for the kunoichi of the Kurama clan, she is called Kurama Kumiko. His strength is only that of an ordinary chunin. But, Senju Takuya still chose her. He wants to obtain the blood inheritance limit of the Kurama clan to control the 5 senses. That is a very pervert power. Just like last time, this time Senju Takuya still married all 3 people at once. Ding. Marry Inuzuka Claw and get rewards. Enhanced 5 senses and the ability to communicate with animals. Ding. Be in love with Inuzuka Claws and get reward. Constitution +1. Quite an interesting reward. Senju Takuya feels that his 5 senses are much stronger. This was an unexpected gain. As for the ability to communicate with animals, better than nothing. Ding. Marry Aburame Meishong and get a reward. The secret of insect control. Ding. Be in love with Aburame Meishong and get reward. Chakra +0.5. Looking at the reward provided by Aburame Mixiong, Senju Takuya was thoughtful. Aburame Mika and Inuzuka Claw are both special jonin, but the reward Inuzuka Claw provides for every affection is 1 level higher than Aburame Mika. This also shows that the named female characters in the original work can bring her higher rewards. Ding. Marry Kurama Kumiko as your wife and get a reward, 5 sense control. Ding. Be in love with Kurama Kumiko and get a reward, mental power +0.5. Following the system prompt, some more information appeared in Senju Takuya's mind out of thin air. It's exactly what I thought. 5 senses control. An excited smile appeared on Senju Takuya's face. This is the power he has been coveting for a long time, and now he finally has it. 5 sense control, as the name suggests, is the ability to control a person's 5 senses and make them fall into an illusion. And, this is still a group illusion. In other words, a group of people can be trapped in the same illusion at the same time. Not even the Uchiha clan, famous for their genjutsu, can do this. What's even more frightening is that a ninja whose 5 senses have been manipulated will suffer the same damage in reality as any harm he suffers in the illusion. Very pervert. Of course, the more powerful the blood inheritance boundary is, the greater the price it has to pay if it wants to awaken. Otherwise, the Kurama clan would not have become a small family. Senju Takuya is very happy to be able to get this power now. After all, although his current physique, chakra, and mental strength have reached a very astonishing level. But, however, the means to fight the enemy are very lacking. Ordinary escape techniques, Uchiha clan's genjutsu, Uzumaki clan's sealing technique, medical ninjutsu, shadow imitation technique, super multiplication technique, heart changing technique. Now add the secrets of insect control and 5-sense control. Forehead. There seems to be quite a few. Senju Takuya suddenly discovered that with the increase of his wife, he now has many powerful abilities. Moreover, these abilities are all obtained through the system. As long as he becomes familiar with them casually, he will be able to use these powers skillfully. There is no such thing as too much ability, which leads to miscellaneous but not perfect. After receiving the reward, Senju Takuya did not continue to torment the Inuzuka claws. After all, it was his first time, so he couldn't go too far. Coming out of the room, Senju Takuya left the Senju clan. Yakushi Nanoyu has difficulty moving due to his growing belly. So please ask him to take more care of the orphans in the orphanage. In this regard, Senju Takuya agreed directly. The orphans in the orphanage are all orphans who lost their parents during the war. However, most of them are orphans from other villages. One time when he accompanied Yakushi Nanoyu, Senju Takuya found that there were still many good ideas in it. With a little training, you can become a good ninja. So, Senju Takuya bought this orphanage. The children here are the training base for his power. After all, ninjas who have been trained since childhood are more loyal. As soon as he walked out of the Senju tribe, Senju Takuya noticed something was wrong. With his senses greatly improved, he immediately noticed someone following him secretly. Kagura hard eye. Senju Takuya quietly opened Kagura's inner eye and found that there were indeed 6 ninjas following him. Snort. Interesting. Senju Takuya snorted coldly. I originally thought that Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo had both stopped recently. Did not expect. They even sent ninjas to monitor them. I don't like being watched. Senju Takuya sneered. Immediately, the blood succession limit, 5 senses control was activated. Captain, the target has appeared. Follow me. New. Captain, found the root of the ninja. Ignore it. Yes, 2 teams, 6 ninjas. Belong to Anbu and Roots respectively. At this time, although they discovered each other, they tacitly ignored each other. After all, their tasks, he is responsible for monitoring Senju Takuya and reporting his every move. Other things are beyond their consideration. Several people just kept following Senju Takuya. But at this moment, the originally clear sky suddenly darkened. Thick thunderclouds appeared over Konoha village. The thick dark clouds and rolling thunder were full of destruction. Several ninjas who followed Senju Takuya were all shocked. How is this going? Boom. Before they could react, thick bolts of lightning suddenly struck down from the sky. That powerful force smashed the buildings of Konoha village to pieces. Just when they were shocked, the ground began to shake violently. On the ground, numerous cracks appeared. In the cracks, hot magma gushes out. In just an instant, the entire Konoha village was on the verge of destruction. What exactly is going on? Seeing the apocalyptic scene in front of them, the ninjas of the 2 teams all opened their mouths in shock. Is it an illusion? They looked at each other in shock. Although it seems a bit impossible, except for illusions, there is no way to explain what is happening in front of me. This is too realistic. Anbu and the Root ninjas couldn't help but exclaimed. Even though they knew it was an illusion, their bodies still couldn't help but tremble. Illusion solution. There are attempts to disrupt the chakra within the body, thereby dispelling the illusion. But I found it was useless. Because there is nothing abnormal about their bodies. Asshole, what the hell is going on? Someone roared angrily, but before he could finish speaking, the rolling lava and thick lightning instantly submerged them. Senju Takuya never stopped from beginning to end. On the road, he even greeted the acquaintances he met warmly. No one noticed. In a hidden corner of Konoha, 6 masked ninjas suddenly burst into flames and were soon reduced to a pile of ashes. Chapter 41. Konoha Village. On the street, Yakushi Nanoyu and Uzumaki Kushina were strolling on the street with a bulging belly. Sister Kushina, you don't have to be so nervous. Our Senju family has nothing else, and we have too much money to spend. Just giving birth to a child, what will happen? Looking at Uzumaki Kushina who was following him every step of the way, Yakushi Nanoyu said with a helpless smile. Nanoyu, this is the first child in our family, you have to be careful. The revival of Senju depends on the children in our bellies. After Uzumaki Kushina finished speaking, she unconsciously touched her belly. Soon, her child will be born. I know, Sister Kushina. However, you and Sister Makoto have also paid attention to it recently. Although the most dangerous period has passed, you still do that kind of thing every day. Yakushi reminded softly. It doesn't matter if we say something like this. It's not like you don't know Takuya, that guy's energy is simply endless. Uzumaki Kushina said with a red face. Hearing her words, Yakushi couldn't help but smile. If it weren't for the fact that she was about to give birth, she probably wouldn't be able to take any time off. When he thinks about his current life, Yakushi feels like he is in a dream. Originally, she was just an ordinary ninja. Alone. In daily life, in addition to tasks, it is practice. Later, in order to help the orphans in the orphanage, she was even busier. After wandering between life and death tasks many times, I was able to take a few days of luxurious rest. But since marrying Senju Takuya, her life has changed dramatically. Not only is she the center of attention wherever she goes, she has become the Senju patriarch's wife that everyone admires. And you no longer have to worry about money. They eat delicacies from the mountains and seas every day and wear expensive and gorgeous clothes. You have plenty of time to do what you like. Enjoyed a life that I had never enjoyed before. There are so many like-minded sisters working together for the same goal. Every time I think about it, Yakushi feels a little unreal. It was the best decision she had ever made in her life when she came to the Senju clan to submit her information. The two chatted for a while. Sudden, Yakushi Nanoyu's brows wrinkled. Nanoyu, what's wrong with you? Uzumaki Kushina saw that Yakushi Nanoyu's face was not good and asked quickly. Sister Kushina, I think I'm going to give birth. Konoha Hospital. Outside the delivery room, Uzumaki Kushina, Uchiha Makoto, Inazuka Kiba. 7 or 8 women stood at the door, with excited expressions on their faces. Yakushi no is giving birth. The Senju family's first child is about to be born. After a while, Senju Takuya helped Uzumaki Mito and came to several people. Kushina, how's it going? Uzumaki Mito asked. Grandma Mito, don't worry. With Sister Tsunade personally taking action, what else do you have to worry about? Uzumaki Kushina smiled. That's right. Hearing Uzumaki Kushina's words, Uzumaki Mito felt a little relaxed. She still recognized Tsunade's ability. After such a long time, the Senju clan has another baby. One can imagine Uzumaki Mito's mood. Kushina, why are you all here? Senju Takuya asked as he looked at the wives. Snort. This is a child of the Senju clan. From now on, we will all be mothers of children, so of course we will come over. Uzumaki Kushina said with a slight snort. That's right. The rest of the people all agreed. Seeing them like this, Senju Takuya was in a good mood. It is said that if a man has a large harem, he will be in a lot of trouble. But, here with him, this does not exist at all. His wives, all sincerely wanted to revive Senju with him. Wow. While a few people were chatting, a baby cried. At the same time, the voice of the system also rang in Senju Takuya's mind. Ding. Children +1, get rewards. Physique +10, chakra +10, mental power +10. Physical healing, enhanced version. Reincarnation. Listening to the system prompts, Senju Takuya had a smile on his face. A strange force traveled through his limbs. What a nice reward. Senju Takuya couldn't help but moan in comfort. Although the physical strength, chakra, and mental strength are not increased very much, they are still okay. A little adds up to a lot. When his children are born one by one, it will add up to a very considerable number. As for the other 2 rewards, Senju Takuya is also very satisfied. Not to mention reincarnation, a powerful forbidden technique that can resurrect the dead. Grandma Chiyo of Sunagakure once relied on this ninjutsu to resurrect Gaara, who had been separated from the tailed beast. For others, it's a life-for-life forbidden technique. But, for Senju Takuya, that's not the case anymore. A life for a life. After all, it is to transfer one's own life force to others, thereby resurrecting others. For Senju Takuya, his vitality is very terrifying. After all, under the rewards of the system, his 3-dimensional attributes have reached a very pervert level. The vitality is growing steadily every day. So, consuming life force is not a problem for him. As for physical healing, in the original work, Yakushi Kabuto obtained the abilities of the Uzumaki clan based on the body data of Kabuto. Taking damage will speed up wound healing. Since the ability is obtained from Shang Phosphorus, it should also consume life force. The system rewarded him with an enhanced version. Not only is the recovery power stronger, but the wound is healed quickly by consuming chakra. Similar to Tsunade after turning on 100 healings mark. It's just that Tsunade's ultimate move has become his passive. Same, this is also a very suitable ability for him with a huge chakra. And this is just a descendant. Just as Senju Takuya's thoughts were racing, Tsunade pushed Yakushi Nunoyu out of the delivery room. Takuya, it's a boy. Let's give our child a name. Yakushi said in a weak tone. Just call him Kabuto. Senju Kabuto. Senju Takuya thought for a while and said. He's not good at naming things. So, just grab Yakushi Kabuto's name. Pocket. It's a very nice name, I like it very much. Thank you, Takuya. Yakushi looked at the child in his arms tenderly, with a happy smile on his face. Seeing her like this, Uzumaki Kushina and others all had looks of yearning on their faces. Soon, the babies in their bellies will be born. Sunagakur. Cage building. Yagura, this opportunity is very rare. If we can succeed, our Sunagakur's future strength will definitely be greatly improved. So, please do it this time. Looking at Yagura half kneeling on the ground, third Cage said with a smile. But it would be nice to send some other ninjas for this kind of thing, right? Master Cage, Yagura frowned and was about to say something, but was stopped by third Cage. Yi Kang, this is a request from the village and a task assigned to you by the village. You have the Scorch-style blood inheritance limit and the strength of elite Jonin. If you choose a wife, you will definitely succeed. There is no more suitable candidate than you in the village. Third Cage's tone was a little harsher. Master Cage. Yi Kang, I know you have made a big sacrifice, but in order to steal the blood of the Senju clan, this sacrifice is worth it. No matter whether the final plan is successful or not, the village will definitely remember your contribution. Given your age, it is not impossible to realize your dreams in the future. Third Cage continued. The news of Senju Takuya's choice of wife has spread throughout the ninja world. As soon as he heard the news, the third Cage decided to send someone to Konoha to choose a wife. If she can be chosen, she will bring the blood of the Senju clan back to the village after she becomes pregnant. In the future, Sunagaku's strength may reach another level. After all, the Senju clan, famous for their body and chakra. But there have been countless strong men. After much thought, third Cage decided to send Yi Kang to carry out this task. First, Yi Kang is a leader among women in terms of appearance and figure. And it also has the Scorch-style blood inheritance limit. If she goes to Konoha, she has a high chance of being selected. The most important thing is that with Yagura's strength, it is much easier than others to escape from Konoha back to the village after becoming pregnant with the blood of the Senju clan. So, after careful consideration, the third Cage decided to send Yagura to carry out this mission. I see. Most of the time, ninja, there is no choice. Even though he was reluctant in his heart, Hyakura could only obey the orders of the third Cage. Very good. Without further ado, go get ready now. After the third Cage gave a few more words, Hyakura left the Cage building. After briefly tidying up, Yi Kang headed towards Konoha village. Senju tribe land. Senju Takuya looked at Namikaze Minato and took the initiative to pour a cup of tea. Minato, this has been a really hard time. Senju Takuya said with a smile. Chief Takuya, this is what I should do. Namikaze Minato said with a smile. Although the Senju clan has many industries, it was very tiring for him to run around all day long. But Namikaze Minato was still very happy. Because in the past few months, he has completely mastered Rasengan. Combined with the Flying Thunder God technique, Rasengan is more powerful than he imagined. So, Namikaze Minato is full of gratitude to Senju Takuya. Only, this time I didn't find out whether those ninjas were ordered by others. Namikaze Minato said apologetically. Ha 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 ha, it's okay. Senju Takuya smiled nonchalantly, because, in his heart, there was already an object of suspicion. Shimura Danzo. Since we can't find out the person behind the scenes, it's right to put the blame on Danzo's head. After Namikaze Minato left, Senju Takuya quietly walked out of the Senju clan's territory. Soon, he then came to a stronghold of the Root Department. According to Hitaki Sakumo's investigation, this is one of Shimura Danzo's largest experimental bases. Snort. Danzo, I'm here to collect some interest in advance today. Multiple shadow clone technique. Senju Takuya formed a seal with his hands, created several shadow clone, and then walked out. After seeing the disguised Senju Takuya, the secretly alert Root Ninja immediately stood in front of him. But the other party didn't seem to want to know the answer. After the words fell, he immediately launched an attack on him. All ninjas are truly virtuous at their core. Senju Takuya sighed softly and took out a kunai. Poof, poof, Senju Takuya's figure flashed, and the two Root ninjas had their throats slit. Senju Takuya ignored them and continued walking deeper. Enemy attack. Since Senju Takuya did not deliberately conceal his figure, the Root ninjas discovered him almost immediately. A signal flare also immediately flew into the sky. Senju Takuya did not stop the movements of the Root ninja. Moment. Dozens of elite ninjas from the Roots all surrounded him. Is it almost all here? Looking at the Root ninjas surrounding him, Senju Takuya chuckled. Shadow mimicry. With Senju Takuya's soft drink, the shadow under him turned into dozens of black ropes. In just an instant, he controlled all the Root ninjas around him. This ninjutsu. Are you a ninja from the Nara family? The Root ninja exclaimed. Why would the Nara family's ninjas attack them? But before they could figure it out, a pair of huge palms slapped them down. Super doubling technique. Boom. With a loud noise, several Root ninjas were smashed into meat patties on the spot. The Akamaiki clan. The ninja at the root was even more confused. Could it be? Did these three tribes launch a rebellion? But what happened next shocked him even more. Countless insects soared into the sky, instantly swamping a dozen ninjas at the root. The few remaining Root ninjas also fell into the illusion and began to kill each other. Just a few breaths. Dozens of elite ninjas at the base were all dead. Too weak. Senju Takuya shook his head and continued walking towards the experimental base. Inside the experimental base, the outermost one. It is a variety of advanced experimental equipment. A little further in, it is an archive room that stores various experimental materials. In the deepest part, it is various human organs soaked in nutrition tanks and people. There are various labels on the nutrition jars. It records the name, identity, strength and other information of the experimental subjects in the nutrition tank. Seeing this scene, Senju Takuya sighed. That guy Shimura Danzo is really crazy. I don't know how many innocent people have suffered inhumane torture here. After turning it around once, Senju Takuya sealed the information in the archives into the storage scroll. Although what Shimura Danzo did is shameful, this information is very precious. Future. He can use it. After getting everything he wanted, Senju Takuya moved the nutrition cans outside. Fire style. The fire is extinguished. A fire burned the experimental base clean. Subsequently, another 100 million points of movement were made. Feeling the many ninjas rushing towards this side, Senju Takuya smiled. Danzo, after this time, your reputation in the village will be completely ruined. Who did this? Seeing the ruined experimental base, Shimura Danzo was furious. His various research results and various materials over the years are all in it. Lord Danzo, it is confirmed that all our people are dead. Ninja Hui reports from the roots. All dead. How can this be? Hearing the report from his subordinate, Shimura Danzo looked in disbelief. Because there is a lot of important information in this experimental base, Shimura Danzo arranged dozens of ninjas here. These dozens of ninjas are all elite ninjas at their core. There is also one elite Jonin and two Jonin. Such a configuration is more than enough to destroy even a small ninja village. Are they all dead now? It was still such a short time before he arrived. Who can do such a thing? Bring me the body. Shimura Danzo gave an order, and the corpses of those Root ninjas were quickly brought up. Yamanaka Dashora, check their memories. Yes. In the ninja world, for a period of time after the death of a ninja, as long as the brain is not damaged, the memories before death can be read. The Yamanaka family are experts in this field. Under the orders of Shimura Danzo, Yamanaka began to read the memories of the corpses of root ninjas on the ground. Soon, the scenes of these ninjas before they died were shown. Is this the Nara clan's shadow imitation technique? Super doubling technique. This is the ninja of the Akamaiki clan. The secret of insect control. The Aburame clan. Hiss, is this Sharingan? As the memory screen was read, everyone present was dumbfounded. They thought about 10,000 possibilities, but they never thought about this situation. Experimental base. Were they attacked by ninjas from these families? Isn't this too ridiculous? Shimura Danzo was immediately stunned. Could it be that because his human experimentation was exposed, these families are going to join forces to kill him? Thinking of this, Shimura Danzo suddenly discovered that the specimens of the experimental subjects were still displayed outside. Quick, destroy all these things for me. Shimura Danzo ordered in a panic. Lord Danzo, what are you trying to destroy? At this moment, dozens of ninja clan leaders led a group of family ninjas to appear. As soon as they came up, they surrounded all the nutrition tanks. What do you want to do? Everything here is confidential, please get out of my way. Seeing nearly 100 ninjas suddenly rushing over, Shimura Danzo said sternly. Pity, no one present looked down upon him. Isn't this our family's special Jonin who has been missing for a long time? Aburame Jin, didn't he die while performing a mission? Ding Zhao, come and see, this ninja is from the Akamaiki clan. This is a ninja from the Nara clan. And the Uchiha clan. Hey, there are even branch house ninjas from the Hyuga clan. Soon, the heads of each family discovered the ninjas in their respective families. These ninjas, either they disappeared inexplicably, or they died in the course of their mission. But, now he is soaked in a nutrient tank. Shimura Danzo, what the hell is going on? You better explain it to us. The heads of each clan all stared angrily at Shimura Danzo. This kind of thing is a secret in the village, and you have no right to interfere. Get out of here quickly, or I will hold you accountable. Shimura Danzo wiped the cold sweat from his forehead and said sternly. He knows, at times like this, you can't be cowardly. Otherwise, there's a good chance he won't be able to get out of here today. Confidential, could it be that the village's secret is to conduct human experiments on ninjas from various families behind our backs? Uchiha Chishima asked loudly. He had long known that Shimura Danzo had no good intentions towards the Uchiha clan. But I never expected that. The other party would actually use members of the Uchiha clan for human experiments. And a pair of 3 Tomo Sharingan is also stored in a nutrition tank. What does Shimura Danzo want to do? The other clan leaders had similar reactions to Uchiha Chishima. Families with blood inheritance limits or secret techniques are most afraid of this kind of thing. If everyone wants to study their bodies, wouldn't they become targets? Let's not talk about this matter for now. I also want to ask you why you dare to attack the important experimental base of the village. Seeing that the matter was revealed, Shimura Danzo simply broke the pot and threw it away. Danzo, what nonsense are you talking about? Do you still want to beat me up? Hearing Shimura Danzo's words, the patriarch of a certain family became even more angry. When did they attack the village's experimental base? Snort, I have proof. Shimura Danzo once again extracted the memories of the dead root ninja. Seeing those pictures, the patriarchs of various families were also confused. But soon, they shook their heads. We don't know these things. Maybe you directed and acted on your own. What we are asking about now is about human experiments. Please give us an explanation quickly. Protect Lord Danzo. The two groups of people confronted each other in a tense situation. Just as the atmosphere became more and more solemn, Sarutobi Hiruzen led a group of Anbu out. Lord Hokage, seeing Sarutobi Hiruzen, the heads of each family told them about human experiments. Sarutobi Hiruzen became more and more frightened as he listened. Haven't these things stopped long ago? How many other things did Shimura Danzo do behind his back? And it's so special that everyone gets the stolen goods. This stupid pig, Hiruzen, they should be held accountable for attacking the experimental base first. Shimura Danzo also quickly told the story about the attack on the experimental base. These words caused dissatisfaction among the clan leaders. What happened today is so strange. Everyone, please go back first. I will get to the bottom of all investigations. Finally, after the two parties argued for a long time, Sarutobi Hiruzen made a strong decision. After hearing his words, the clan leaders of each village finally left with their respective clansmen. Danzo, you idiot. After everyone left, Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Shimura Danzo Chidao. This is really troublesome. Danzo, please temporarily resign as Hokage advisor and root leader. I'll figure out the rest. Sarutobi Hiruzen thought for a while and said in a deep voice. Shimura Danzo is very important to him, and he must save it. What about the patriarchs of those families? They sent people to attack the experimental base. Shimura Danzo said angrily. His losses this time were huge. Since taking power, he has never suffered such a big loss. Enough. Do you still want me to punish all the patriarchs of those families? Remember, I am the Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen said coldly. Hiruzen, you're going to regret this. The thing I regret most is that I trained you, an idiot, as my partner. Looking at Shimura Danzo's leaving figure, Sarutobi Hiruzen complained in his heart. Shimura Danzo's matter ended in an anticlimactic manner. A few days later, Sarutobi Hiruzen announced the results of the investigation. There is no such thing as human experimentation. All of this was done by the mysterious man who attacked the experimental base. Purpose: just to provoke a fight within Konoha. In addition, considering that the experimental base suffered such a big loss due to Shimura Danzo's negligence. So, the village decided to suspend Shimura Danzo. Above, this is Sarutobi Hiruzen's explanation of the world of human experimentation. Senju Takuya had already expected this result. After all, there was no way Sarutobi Hiruzen would give up on Shimura Danzo. But, what Senju Takuya wants to see. This is exactly the result. The clan leaders of each ninja clan are not fools, and they are naturally aware of Sarutobi Hiruzen's behavior of shielding Shimura Danzo. In addition, Sarutobi Hiruzen has been suppressing the ninja clan of Konoha since he became the Hokage. So, although the various ninja clans did not say anything this time, they were probably very dissatisfied with Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. Even, the heads of many families visited him privately. In words, it's all about the time when first Hokage Senju Hashirama was in power. Once a crack occurs, it cannot be healed. If this continues, when he wants to take control of the village in the future, he will surely respond with a wave of his arms. After this incident came to an end, peace returned to the village. Senju Takuya, in addition to practicing every day, earns rewards through loving his wife. When I'm tired, I take a bath or watch a movie. If you are hungry, eat some delicacies from the mountains and sea. The lives of rich people are often so simple and boring. In this way, a month passed quietly. The newly married Inazukazuma and others also became pregnant one after another. Takuya, I found another beautiful woman. I just don't know if it's possible. Uzumaki Kushina handed a piece of information to Senju Takuya. Yi Kang. Senju Takuya raised his eyebrows after seeing the information on the document. Good guy. Are all the ninjas from Sunagaku here? I didn't expect you to be so charming that you could even attract such a ninja. Our Senju clan is about to add another powerful ninja. It seems that my original idea was indeed correct. Uzumaki Kushina said somewhat proudly. She had read Yi Kang's information. Not only does he have the strength of elite Jonin, but he also has the scorch style, blood inheritance limit. He is a very good ninja. There is nothing to say about appearance and figure. It is very difficult to attract such a ninja. It's just that the other party is a ninja from Sunagaku. I'm afraid I have some hidden agenda when I suddenly come to Konoha. Uzumaki Kushina continued. Hidden secret, it doesn't matter. As long as I get married, she will be my Senju Takuya's wife. No matter what purpose she has in marrying me, I am confident that she will submit to me. Senju Takuya said confidently. He has the confidence to do so. First, the treatment he provides is great. 10 million taels of pocket money a year is equivalent to the remuneration for carrying out 10 S-level missions. Even for a ninja like Yi Kang, if he wanted to complete an S-level mission, he would have a narrow escape. And by marrying him, you can get so much money without doing anything. In addition to pocket money, in terms of food, clothing, housing and transportation, everything he provided was the best in the entire ninja world. Gorgeous clothes, expensive jewelry, delicacies from mountains and seas. There are no more intrigues, no life or death crises, just enjoying life as you please. Secondly, the Senju clan has accumulated over thousands of years. Whether it's physical skills, ninjutsu, sealing skills or all kinds of messy things, he has it all here. It can be said that whether you want to enjoy life or increase your strength, he can provide the best conditions in the ninja world. Coupled with his appearance and physical fitness. How many women can withstand these attacks? Do you want to talk to the village about this matter? Uzumaki Kushina asked. Need not. Now the village has no control over my affairs. Senju Takuya said calmly. Before, because of the issue of strength, he still needs to make peace with the villagers. But now, he naturally no longer has to look at the faces of Sarutobi Hiruzen and the others. Okay. Watching Haki's Senju Takuya, Uzumaki Kushina's face showed a happy look. As expected of my husband, he is so handsome. A few days later, Senju Takuya and Yi Kang met. Chief Takuya, I am Yagura. I came all the way from Sunagakur because I want to be your wife. The first time he saw Senju Takuya, Yi Kang was shocked by his appearance. She has never seen such a handsome and elegant man. Suddenly, her rejection of this mission was much reduced. I have read all your information. I like you too. Senju Takuya said straight to the point. Really? That's great, Yi Kang said with a surprised smile. Original, she thought, because of her status, marrying Senju may require some effort. But unexpectedly, Senju Takuya agreed directly. Isn't this too simple? Chief Takuya, don't you care about my identity? Yi Kang couldn't help but ask. Before I saw you, I cared about you very much. But after seeing you, everything becomes unimportant. Has anyone ever told you how attractive you are? Senju Takuya's love words come as soon as he opens his mouth. In later life, it may appear a little greasy. But in the ninja world, coupled with his heaven-defying looks, such love words are still very lethal. After hearing his words, Yi Kang's face instantly turned rosy. Corner of mouth. He also bent an arc unconsciously. Thank you for the compliment. However, I don't believe that Chief Takuya would be such a superficial person. Yi Kang replied with a smile. Certainly, I'm also very confident in myself. And, I can guarantee that no matter what purpose you have in approaching me, in the end, she will definitely become my wife sincerely. Senju Takuya said confidently. Yeah, Yi Kang snorted softly in his heart. So confident. Wouldn't the other party regard her as one of those women who can be manipulated at will? In this case, she would like to take a good look at how the other party will make her feel at ease as a wife. The two chatted for a while. At last, it was decided that the wedding would be held in 3 days. Looking at Yi Kang with an expression of reluctance to admit defeat, Senju Takuya snorted. The Inuzuka claw, which was similar to her last time and was full of wildness, has now turned into a well-behaved little kitten. The more such a woman is, the more accomplished he will be when he conquers her. Yi Kang, it had successfully aroused his interest. 3 days later, Senju Takuya held a grand wedding for Yi Kangya. There was no scruples at all because of her identity. This made Yi Kang full of curiosity about this man whom he had only met once. Today, when the situation in the ninja world is becoming increasingly tense, marrying a ninja from another village in a high-profile manner is not something that ordinary people have the courage to do. Of course, Senju Takuya's behavior also caused a lot of discussion in Konoha village. Senju Takuya actually married a ninja from another ninja village this time. Aren't you afraid that the other person is a spy? It's just that it's too irresponsible to put the safety of the village in order to satisfy your own whispers, isn't it? No, I object to this marriage. Many villagers are very dissatisfied with Senju Takuya's behavior of marrying Yi Kang. He believes that marrying ninjas from other ninja villages may pose a threat to the village. But, this is only the idea of a small number of people. More people think this is a good thing. As expected of the Takuya clan leader, even the kunoichi from other ninja villages have been attracted to him. Yes, I heard that this ninja named Hyakura not only possesses the strength of an elite jonin, he is also a blood successor limited ninja. Hiss. If we can get such a ninja, our Konoha will become much stronger. There is no other way. The conditions offered by the Takuya clan leader are really too tempting. Compared with a place like Sunagaku, which is a no-brainer, even a fool knows how to choose. Don't tell me, at first I scoffed at Chief Takuya's plan to choose a wife, but now I realize I was wrong. Yes, not to mention the children in the future, there are just so many powerful wives, and few families can compare with them. Since Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo were troubled by human experiments and had too much time to take care of themselves, they did not pay much attention to this matter. In short, Senju Takuya successfully married Yi Kang back home. Senju tribe land. As the wedding ceremony ended, Senju Takuya laid Yi Kang on the bed. Even if you have already prepared yourself mentally. But, looking at Senju Takuya's aggressive eyes, Yi Kang still couldn't help but his heartbeat quickened. How? Afraid. Looking at Yi Kang, who had his head lowered and was a little confused, Senju Takuya was not in a hurry to start. Snort. I'm just not used to it. What's there to be afraid of? Yi Kang snorted, unconvinced. As a strong woman, she has a very strong character. Then don't ask for mercy later. Senju Takuya looked at Yi Kang provocatively. Beg for mercy? Why am I asking for mercy? Yi Kang asked somewhat blankly. You'll know soon. Looking at Yi Kang's beautiful face and hot body, Senju Takuya lowered his head and kissed her directly. A flower blooms quietly. Ding. Marry Yi Kang, get the reward, Scorch-style blood succession limit. Ding. Be in love with Yi Kang and get reward, chakra +1. Scorch-style blood succession limited. Another very powerful ability. And, the three-dimensional attributes he can obtain through love every day have increased a little. This feeling of getting stronger every day is really great. After briefly adapting, Senju Takuya pressed forward again. A night of silence. The sun rises and beams of light flood into the room. Senju Takuya stretched comfortably. Looking at Yi Kang slumped on the bed, the corners of Senju Takuya's mouth curled up slightly. Yesterday, he experienced a very unusual feeling. Yi Kang's expression of gritting his teeth and refusing to admit defeat when he clearly couldn't hold on gave him a lot more fun. Finally, under Senju Takuya's offensive, this competitive little wildcat is now exhausted. Well, feeling the movements of the people around him, Yi Kang gradually woke up. Seeing Senju Takuya staring at him unblinkingly, Yi Kang couldn't help but lower his head. How do you feel? Senju Takuya asked with a smile. That's it, Yi Kang said harshly. Yeah, Senju Takuya's eyes were a little playful. I got up first. Looking at Senju Takuya's eyes, Yi Kang was a little flustered. This guy, do you still want it? This is too pervert. It's still early, let's sleep a little longer. Well, Time flies. With everyone's expectations, the new year comes as scheduled. Although there is heavy snow in the sky, it still cannot stop people's enthusiasm for the new year. There were lights and colorful decorations everywhere in Konoha, and people put on new clothes and walked on the streets with happy smiles on their faces. Many ninjas were also chatting and laughing in barbecue restaurants or taverns, enjoying this rare peace. Within the land of the Senju tribe, colorful lanterns are hung all over the treetops, and red ribbons, lanterns, and stickers make the Senju family full of joy. Night. Senju Takuya brought a group of wives to Uzumaki Mito's house. Grandma Mito, we are here to wish you a happy new year. Senju Takuya shouted. Okay, come in quickly. Uzumaki Mito's laughter echoed from the room. Senju Takuya led Uzumaki Kushina, Uchiha Makoto, Yakushi Nunoyu and others in. It's great that you all are here. Quick, let me hug my great-grandson. Uzumaki Mito took Senju Kabuto from Yakushi Nono's arms. Face full of loving kindness. Everyone sat down, and the food had been prepared by the servants. Amid laughter and laughter, everyone finished their dinner. Everyone come out and watch the fireworks. After finishing the meal, Senju Takuya picked up the walkie-talkie and gave an order. The next second, countless gorgeous fireworks bloom in the sky. So beautiful, it's so beautiful, Takuya. I have never seen such beautiful fireworks. These fireworks were specially made by Senju Takuya. I don't know how much more beautiful it is than ordinary fireworks. Even Uzumaki Kushina and others saw such beautiful fireworks for the first time. This is Konoha. Yagura, who grew up in Sunagaku, was even more emotional. In the few months since she married Senju Takuya, her life has changed dramatically. She was shocked in every aspect, including food, clothing, housing, transportation, food, drinks and entertainment. Sometimes, she would even think silently late at night. It would seem pretty good if I could live this kind of life for the rest of my life. Takuya, I was right to make you the clan leader. I haven't experienced such a lively feeling for a long time. Looking at Uzumaki Kushina and others with a big belly, Uzumaki Mito sighed. The Senju clan is really about to be revived. By the way, little Takuya, what are your plans recently? After chatting for a while, Uzumaki Mito asked. Seeing the Senju clan gradually prospering, she gradually began to care about the affairs of the Senju clan. Well, I will leave the village in a few days. During this period of time, I have trained some ninjas and I have to personally go to various industries to hand them over. When it comes to Uzumaki Mito, Senju Takuya doesn't hold back either. After nearly half a year, Hitaki Sakumo has almost trained the first batch of ninjas. After, he decided to leave the safety of these industries to Hitaki Sakumo. So, after the new year, he was going to take Hitaki Sakumo out of the village to hand over things outside. Leave the village, let Tsunade stay with you. Otherwise I would be a little worried. Uzumaki Mito thought for a while and said, Grandma, I'm not going. Why should I follow him around? Tsunade said with some dissatisfaction. Wouldn't it be nice to stay in the village playing cards and drinking every day? Why go out? Moreover, although she doesn't know how strong Senju Takuya is now, the average elite jonin is definitely no match for him. Not to mention, this time Hitaki Sakumo was following him. What can you be worried about? The ninja world is so dangerous, I don't trust little Takuya to go out on his own. He is now the treasure of our Senju clan. Please keep an eye on him. I'm telling you, if little Takuya gets hurt at all, I'm not done with you. Uzumaki Mito said with a cold snort. Hearing her words, Tsunade's mouth opened wide in silence. Before, she is Grandma Mito's favorite granddaughter. But now, it's all your fault. Tsunade glanced at Senju Takuya aggrievedly. This guy took away all of Grandma's love. Grandma Mito, you are still thoughtful. It's not peaceful outside right now. It's not safe without Sister Tsunade's protection. Senju Takuya ignored Tsunade's murderous eyes. This is a good opportunity to enhance feelings, and he is not willing to let it go. Did you hear that? This matter is settled. Uzumaki Mito waved his hand and settled the matter. Tsunade could only nod helplessly in agreement. Although she had a very bad temper, she did not dare to say anything in front of her grandmother. 10 million taels. Ah, the protection fee is 10 million taels. Tsunade looked at Senju Takuya and gritted his teeth. Since she can't resist, she can't make it easy for Senju Takuya either. You must make the other party bleed. As long as you serve me well, I will give you 50 million taels. Senju Takuya stretched out 5 fingers and said calmly. Capitalist. Seeing Senju Takuya's indifferent expression, Tsunade was so angry that his teeth itched. How rich is this guy? 50 million taels. Even if the third-generation old man takes action in person, it's okay, right? Tsunade wanted to reject Senju Takuya loudly, telling him that such things were wishful thinking. Pity. She tried several times without success. Too much. The other party gave me too much. Then it's settled. Seeing Tsunade's troubled expression, Senju Takuya was in a good mood. Why is this feeling of using money to hit people so dizzy and inexplicably satisfying? A few days flew by in the blink of an eye. The New Year atmosphere has gradually dissipated, and people's lives have gradually returned to their usual state. Tsunade, Namikaze Minato, Hitaki Sakumo, and Hitaki Kakashi were waiting at the entrance of the village. After a while, a luxurious and spacious carriage drove over slowly. Awaited, Senju Takuya and Yagura stepped out of the carriage and said hello. Uzumaki Kushina and others are 7 or 8 months pregnant and are not suitable for long-distance travel. So, Senju Takuya only brought out Yi Kang. You guy, why are you so embarrassed to keep us waiting for so long? Tsunade complained dissatisfiedly. Tsunade, you can't say that. Look at the time, I'm not late, you guys came too early. Senju Takuya said calmly. Okay, Everyone, stop arguing. Now that everyone is here, let's get ready to hit the road, right? Hatake Sakumo saw that Tsunade still wanted to speak, so he quickly stood up and said, "No problem. Come up, everyone." Senju Takuya pointed to the carriage. "You want us to drive in a carriage?" Tsunade asked in disbelief. "What's wrong? There's no rush anyway," Senju Takuya said matter-of-factly. "Riding a carriage is comfortable and you can enjoy the scenery along the way, so why walk by yourself? It seems to make sense." Tsunade and the others thought for a moment, and then they all got into the carriage. The carriage is very spacious, and even with so many people in it, it is still not crowded at all. "Hello, wait for us," there was a shout from behind. "Jiraiya, Orochimaru, why are you two here?" Looking at Jiraiya and Orochimaru, Tsunade asked with confusion. "I'm going to look for the Son of Prophecy. I'm going in the same direction as you. Can you take me with you?" Jiraiya asked expectantly while rubbing his hands. "I have a mission," Orochimaru explained in a hoarse voice. A pair of vertical pupils stared at Senju Takuya with interest. "Well, in that case, let's all come together." Senju Takuya didn't refuse either. "It's so nice and lively with so many people." In this way, a group of people sat in the carriage and drove towards the border of Konoha. Black market. Inside the bounty house. Boom. A ninja who wrapped his whole body tightly threw a body on the ground. "Let's inspect the goods," Ninja said coldly. "No. We can still trust Kakuzu-sama's reputation," the boss of the bounty house said with a flattering smile. "You pay with one hand and deliver the goods with the other hand. You should just follow the rules," Kakuzu said with a slight snort. Hearing what he said, the boss of the bounty house had to pretend to check it. "No problem. This is 500,000 taels." Taking the cash box from the boss of the bounty shop, Kakuzu began to count it carefully. "Point some money. This is the only thing that can bring him joy in his long and boring life." "Are there any suitable rewards recently?" Kakuzu asked while counting the money. "Well, I have a very strange commission." The boss of the bounty house thought for a moment and gave Kakuzu a reward order. "Assassinate the Senju clan leader. A bounty of only 1 million taels." Kakuzu asked in surprise. "This is the leader of the Senju clan. Who would pay such a small reward?" "So, I feel weird too. I heard from the client that the current Senju clan leader is a genin who was promoted exceptionally. At that time, he didn't even graduate from ninja school." The boss of the bounty house echoed. "Are there any other tasks?" "There is none left. Forget it, I'll take over this task." Kakuzu took the reward order into his arms. Assassinating the leader of the Senju clan. It's such a memorable mission. This time, he must succeed. The carriage drove slowly on the road. Looking at the scenery on both sides of the road, everyone except Senju Takuya had some different experiences. As a ninja, when they are on the road, they often rely on their own physical strength to move quickly. It was their first time to experience riding a horse-drawn carriage touring the mountains and rivers like they did now. But I have to say, this feeling is really good. Night. Everyone found a flat place and prepared to spend the night here. Hatake Sakumo and others skillfully laid traps around them. After everything was done, they returned to the carriage, took out a soldier's grain pill from their pockets and stuffed it into their mouths. Seeing their appearance, Senju Takuya curled his lips. "This group of people, I really don't enjoy it. Yi Kang, make a fire." Senju Takuya directly made a fire and took out 2 boar legs from the storage scroll. "Hey, you guy, is this too blatant?" Tsunade looked at Senju Takuya who was starting to grill, and said helplessly. "What's wrong? I don't want to eat something as disgusting as Bing Liang Wan." Senju Takuya snorted slightly. "But, lighting a fire in the dark is a very dangerous thing." Tsunade explained. "Danger?" Senju Takuya chuckled. Even without adding him, Hatake Sakumo, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Namikaze Minato, Hyakura. Where can't such a lineup go sideways? What danger could there be? Tsunade did not continue talking because she also felt that her worries were indeed unnecessary. Soon, the aroma of barbecue wafted up. Senju Takuya sprinkled the seasonings he brought with him and the 2 fragrant wild boar legs were roasted. "Don't be stunned. Eat together." After Senju Takuya finished speaking, he took out a few more bottles of wine. Seeing this scene, everyone was speechless. Good guy. The preparations are quite complete. Just eat. Tsunade and Jiraiya couldn't hold it back. Each of them took a bottle of wine, cut a piece of roast pork, and started eating. With these two taking the lead, Hatake Sakumo, Kakashi, and Namikaze Minato also participated. Only, they didn't drink. After eating and drinking, Senju Takuya pulled Yikang back to the carriage. Hatake Sakumo and others slept outside. This guy really knows how to enjoy it. Why should I sleep outside? Tsunade looked at the luxurious carriage and felt a little unhappy. I want to go up and sleep too. With the help of alcohol, Tsunade stood up and came to the carriage. Pushing the door open, Tsunade was stunned for a moment, then immediately closed the door again. Tsunade gritted his teeth and turned red. Even at this time. Tsunade-sama, why are you down again? Looking at Tsunade, Hatake Kakashi asked curiously. Children, stop crying. Seeing the looks from everyone, Tsunade's face turned even redder. He went to the fire and lay down to sleep. Father, what happened to Tsunade-sama? Hatake Kakashi asked with some confusion. Kakashi, you are still young and don't understand some things. Hatake Sakumo had a look of embarrassment on his face. Then he pulled Hatake Kakashi to his side and moved some distance away from the carriage. Sigh, you should be as cool as Senju Takuya. Jiraiya real name Envy. Ding. Be in love with Yikang and get reward, chakra +1. Feeling the chakra growing in his body, Senju Takuya walked out of the carriage refreshed. It's getting late, let's get on our way. After hearing Senju Takuya's words, everyone entered the carriage. Only, the atmosphere this time was a little weird. Especially Tsunade. I blush from time to time and don't know what is going on in my head. Senju Takuya turned a blind eye to everyone's ambiguous glances. After all, loyalty to his wife can earn rewards, but he can't just let go of the rewards and waste his time, right? Finally come. Looking at the slowly approaching carriage, Kakuzu snorted coldly. As expected, the current Senju chief was just a businessman. Travel. He even chooses to take a horse-drawn carriage. How much does it cost to build such a luxurious carriage? What a waste. After Kakuzu complained, he stood directly in front of the carriage. Soon, a handsome young man walked out of the carriage. Are you Senju Takuya? Looking at the young man who looked very similar to the information, Kakuzu confirmed. That's right, the rebellious ninja of Takigakure. Are you Kakuzu? Looking at the treason forehead protector on Kakuzu's forehead, Senju Takuya asked. That's right, young brat, I didn't expect you to have heard of my name. Kakuzu said somewhat proudly. It seems that his name is still very famous. Even the leader of the Senju clan can recognize his identity at a glance. Just in time, I have something I want to discuss with you. Senju Takuya smiled when he saw Kakuzu coming to his door. Kakuzu is a guy who loves money very much. If you can hire him to be your subordinate, he will be a good helper. I'm not here to discuss matters with you. Kakuzu snorted. Oh, Senju Takuya raised an eyebrow. Someone offered you 1 million for your head. I'm here to exchange you for the bounty. Kakuzu said calmly. Yeah, but my bounty is not easy to get. Senju Takuya chuckled. Not to mention his current strength, any one of those guys in the car is enough for Kakuzu to drink. Choosing such an opportunity to attack him, Kakuzu is really an unlucky guy. Kid, since you know my name, you must have heard of my deeds. Presumably, in the Senju clan's clan records, there is still a record of my assassination of the first Hokage. It's just that I was far less powerful than I am now, so I failed. Kakuzu's voice seemed to be full of regret. Seeing him like this, Senju Takuya decided to tease him. Yes, I have indeed seen your story. Humph, tell me, what do you think of me from above? Kakuzu asked a little proudly. Let me think about it. Kakuzu, a ninja from Takigakure village, was ordered to assassinate first Hokage Senju Hashirama. He threw a shuriken from 800 miles away, missed, and fled. Senju Takuya smiled. Hearing his words, Kakuzu almost had a heart attack from anger. What kind of record is this? It's so insulting to him. However, when he raised his head and saw the mocking look in Senju Takuya's eyes, he immediately understood that he had been fooled. You brat, I'll kill you now. Kakuzu roared angrily. Ha ha ha. Kakuzu, I know you are in a hurry, but don't worry yet. Someone is looking for trouble, please come out. Looking at the angry Kakuzu, Senju Takuya clapped his hands. The next second, several more people came out of the carriage. Looking at the familiar faces in front of me. Kakuzu. Completely confused. Gulu. Looking at the several ninjas coming out of the carriage in front of him, Kakuzu swallowed unconsciously. As a bounty ninja, he is relatively familiar with the powerful ones in the ninja world. Orochimaru, Tsunade, Jiraiya. The powerful man who shocked the ninja world during the Second Ninja War was called Konoha Sannin by the demigod Hanzo of the Salamander. Everyone possesses the strength of a cage-level expert. Hatake Sakumo, Konoha's old strong man, with a short blade, broke into the title of Konoha's White Fang in the ninja world. The strength is also cage-level. Namikaze Minato. The leader of Konoha's younger generation, powerful. Recent. With the help of Rasengan and Flying Thunder God technique, he showed the power of cage-level experts. He achieved great fame. As for the young woman next to Senju Takuya, if I read it correctly, it should be Tsunagaku's Hyakura. With its own strength and its own scorch-style blood inheritance limit, it almost has cage-level strength. Kakuzu rubbed his eyes in disbelief. The 8 people in front of me, except for Senju Takuya and the white-haired kid, the other 6 people are all cage-level experts. For a moment, Kakuzu is a little confused. What do so many cage-level experts want to do when they get together? Could it be, is it the Shadow, who wants to assassinate other villages? That must be it. Otherwise, what other mission can bring so many strong people together? Even during the Great Ninja War, it's impossible. Hey, Kakuzu, aren't you going to trade me for a bounty? Why don't you take action? Senju Takuya looked at Kakuzu with a gloomy expression and shouted loudly. He, misunderstanding, this is all a misunderstanding. Kakuzu said with a smile. Misunderstand, do we look retarded? Senju Takuya snorted coldly. Hearing his words, Kakuzu secretly groaned in his heart. Why are you so unlucky? He just wanted to make some pocket money, so why did he meet such a group of ruthless people? If he had known that there were so many cage-level experts around Senju Takuya, even if he was offered a bounty of 10 million, he would never have any evil intentions. Chief Senju, didn't you just say you had something to discuss with me? I'm very interested. Kakuzu glanced around as he spoke, as if he was considering which direction to run in later. Chief Takuya, leave this guy to me. Hatake Sakumo stood up and said. Okay. Senju Takuya nodded in agreement. He also wanted to see how strong this famous, Konoha's White Fang, was in the ninja world. After getting Senju Takuya's consent, Hatake Sakumo pulled out the chakra short blade. Snort. Don't underestimate me. Earth-style earth spear. Kakuzu snorted and formed seals with his hands. The next second, the skin all over his body turned black. Both attack and defense have been greatly improved. In this regard, Hatake Sakumo just snorted and disappeared instantly. The next second, a dazzling white light flashed, and Hatake Sakumo appeared behind Kakuzu. The chakra short blade in his hand had pierced Kakuzu's heart. So fast, Hatake Sakumo's speed surprised everyone present. Hatake Sakumo's speed is too fast. He is like a real assassin, delivering a fatal blow. Boom, Kakuzu's body fell heavily to the ground. At this level, have you ever assassinated Grandpa? Tsunade curled his lips in disdain. This ninja named Kakuzu is really capable of bragging. Fortunately, she really believed it just now. Chief Takuya, it has been solved. Let's go. Hatake Sakumo returned to Senju Takuya and asked softly. Sakumo, don't worry, this guy has 5 hearts. You just punctured one, but he can't die. Senju Takuya said quietly. What? Everyone present was a little surprised when they heard Senju Takuya's words. Have 5 hearts. What he said is not all bragging. This guy is indeed a ninja of the same era as first Hokage. He stole the land of Takigakure. Being able to steal other people's hearts to extend your own life. Capable of storing up to 5 hearts. As long as one heart is not damaged, he cannot die. Senju Takuya said slowly. His words made Orochimaru's eyes light up. Eternal life, only, seems a little too weak. Really, even if a body without the limit of blood inheritance can live forever, it is nothing more than that. At this moment, Kakuzu, who was lying on the ground, suddenly rose up and flew away in the other direction. Want to run? Seeing this scene, Hitachi Sakumo and Namikaze Minato immediately chased after him. At the beginning, Kakuzu also fought back. Pity. After losing 4 hearts in a short period of time, he just surrendered. It is as expected. Seeing Kakuzu being escorted back, Tsunade and others were very surprised. This is the first time even they have heard of this secret technique. What are we going to do with this guy? Hitachi Sakumo and others looked at Senju Takuya. Kakuzu, I'll give you 2 choices. One is to work for me and I will pay you. The other one dies. Which one do you choose? Senju Takuya asked, looking at Kakuzu. Work to earn a living. I choose the first one. Kakuzu said immediately. Very good. Senju Takuya smiled and nodded. Subsequently, putting his hand on Kakuzu's head. What do you want to do? Kakuzu asked in a panic. It's nothing, just leave something in your mind. Senju Takuya chuckled. Subsequently, a mark was carved in Kakuzu's mind. As long as he wanted to, he could detonate the mark at any time and turn Kakuzu's brain into a ball of mush. After doing all this, Kakuzu looked hopeless. Oh shit. If he knew who the guy who put a bounty on Senju Takuya on the black market was, he would chop him into pieces. Woo 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 woo. It's such a shame to become someone else's slave for a mere 1 million taels. Kakuzu, you don't look very pretty. Senju Takuya asked with a smile. Nonsense. How can you be happy if someone has carved a mark on your mind? Kakuzu complained in his mind. Don't look so gloomy. You work for me and I will pay you. Imprinting it on your mind is just to be on the safe side. Senju Takuya continued. Although Kakuzu did not dare to resist his orders, but adding jujube and a big stick can mobilize people's enthusiasm, right? Wages. Do you know how much I can earn doing bounties in a year? Kakuzu snorted disdainfully in his heart. But, out of respect for money, he still asked. How much does it cost? Tentatively, it will be 30 million taels a year. If we do well, it will double. What? Listening to Senju Takuya's words, Kakuzu was confused again. How about it? Are you satisfied? Looking at Kakuzu who was silent, Senju Takuya asked. Well, I'm not interested in money or anything. However, since you are so sincere, I will help you. Kakuzu said expressionlessly. There was a storm in my heart. 30 million. What is this concept? To know. The reward for an S-level mission is only 1 million. 30 million is equivalent to him completing 30 S-level tasks every year. Although he didn't know what Senju Takuya wanted him to do, Kakuzu felt that it would definitely not be more difficult than completing 30 S-level missions. Senju Takuya laughed after hearing Kakuzu's words. Good guy. Not interested in money. Good for you. But, Senju Takuya did not expose Kakuzu. That's all. In this way, the group arrived at the border of Konoha. Orochimaru was assigned as Konoha's frontline commander, and as soon as he arrived at the Konoha border, he went directly to the Konoha shinobi base camp. Jiraiya traveled to Tien country. He said that he was going to search for the legendary Son of Prophecy while writing a novel. Senju Takuya and others came to the Land of Frost and the property of the Senju clan. After arriving in the Land of Frost, Senju Takuya and Namikaze Minato handed over all the Senju clan's properties to Hitachi Sakumo. After, these industries were left to Hitachi Sakumo to take care of. In addition, due to the accidental subjugation of Kakuzu, Hitachi Sakumo also has an extra helper. With the 2 of them in charge, even if a ninja war breaks out, there is no need to worry about the industry being attacked. And, in these small countries, there are homeless orphans everywhere, and it is easier to cultivate your own ninja power. After everything was explained, Hitachi Sakumo, Namikaze Minato, and Hitachi Kakashi temporarily stayed in the Land of Frost. Senju Takuya led Tsunade and Yikang on a tour of the Land of Frost. Only, due to some people's reasons, Tsunade's sleep quality at night has been seriously affected. After several days in a row, Tsunade couldn't stand it anymore. Is this Parian so strong? He felt really good, and it made him feel dry every day. After a while, Senju Takuya led Tsunade to a casino. Tsunade, do you want to go to the casino and play? Okay, I guess you have some conscience. Seeing the casino, Tsunade felt itchy and went in without thinking too much. Press it up. Come again. I'm still under pressure. Why are you still young? You have lost more than 10 games in a row. Are you cheating? Huh, if you guys see what I'm doing, hurry up and suppress me. Why do you do the opposite of whatever I press? I still don't believe it. Depend on. Quote. Soon, all the money Tsunade brought was lost. Takuya, do you have any money? Lend me some. After losing money all the time, Tsunade became a little frustrated. Senju Takuya didn't say anything and directly gave 5 million to Tsunade. Takuya, you're so kind. Believe me, I will win back all my capital and profits later. Tsunade said excitedly after getting the money. Moment. After smashing the casino table in anger, Tsunade left the casino angrily. These fools are so abominable. Tsunade said angrily while walking on the road. She lost more than 6 million yuan in one day today. My pants are all gone. Haha, you are such a stinky person, I advise you not to gamble in the future. Senju Takuya was also speechless. He was also shocked after witnessing Tsunade's attribute of losing every bet with his own eyes. It was obvious that no one was cheating, but Tsunade didn't win even once. Just terrible. Takuya, if you lend me some more money, I will definitely win it all back tomorrow. Tsunade looked at Senju Takuya and smiled. Why? Senju Takuya said calmly. Tsunade was stunned when he heard Senju Takuya's words. Although she didn't want to admit it, she was indeed losing all the time. Senju Takuya doesn't want to lend her money, and that's right. But I don't know why. Tsunade felt a little angry for no reason. Snort. If you don't want to borrow it, I won't. Goodbye. Tsunade snorted and walked in the other direction angrily. Hello. Stop. Senju Takuya blocked her way. What's wrong? Tsunade raised his head and said. You lent me another 5 million today, what do you want to do? Senju Takuya asked. I'll pay you back if I have the money. Tsunade said casually. You can pay me back if you have the money. Do you think I'll believe you? Senju Takuya snorted. So what do you want? Tsunade asked angrily. If you can't afford it, then use yourself to pay it back. After Senju Takuya finished speaking, he lowered his head and kissed Tsunade's mouth. Well, this was the second time she was forcefully kissed by Senju Takuya. Tsunade's eyes widened and he struggled desperately. But, soon she discovered, the power he was so proud of could not break free from Senju Takuya's restraints. How could this fool have so much strength? Before Tsunade had time to think, he suddenly felt pain in his wrist. Tsunade couldn't help but open his mouth and let out a breath, but Senju Takuya took advantage of it the next second. I don't know how long it took. Tsunade only felt that his body was weak, and Senju Takuya stopped. Do you wanna die? Tsunade raised his fist and was about to strike, but Senju Takuya grabbed his wrist again. Let's collect some interest today. This is 5 million taels. If you lose all, come back to me. Senju Takuya put a money box into Tsunade's hand, put his hands in his pockets, and turned away. Looking at his back, Tsunade's face was full of embarrassment. After a long time, I couldn't help laughing again. You brat, you just know how to act cool. I stayed in the Kingdom of Frost for some time. Tsunade lost everything every day, and Senju Takuya also collected some interest every day as usual. He has already climbed even the highest twin peaks in the ninja world. Although, the situation was extremely dangerous, and Tsunade was so angry that he almost demolished the house. Fortunately, Senju Takuya was strong enough and managed to survive. And Tsunade, he also gradually accepted the fact that he was bullied by Senju Takuya. A few more days passed. Senju Takuya packed his luggage and took Ikang and Tsunade to return to the village. He received letters from the village. Uzumaki Kushina. It's time to give birth. Master, you are finally back. As soon as Senju Takuya returned to the clan, Uchiha Makoto immediately greeted him. Hearing this title, Tsunade curled his lips. Owner. Good guy. It's quite fun to play. What's wrong? Makoto, is Kushina giving birth? Senju Takuya asked. Not yet. She said she would wait for you to come back. Uchiha Makoto had a helpless smile on his face. Hearing this, Senju Takuya walked towards the back of the Senju clan. Kushina, should you go to the hospital first? No, I feel like I can endure it for a while longer. I want to wait until Takuya comes back to regenerate. Looking at Uzumaki Kushina, who looked insistent, Noji could only give up. She can understand Uzumaki Kushina's current mood. Then, why isn't she like this? But fortunately, Uzumaki Kushina has the physique of the Uzumaki family, otherwise ordinary people would really not be able to do this kind of thing. Kushina, Senju Takuya's voice sounded, and then a figure that made Uzumaki Kushina long for him walked into the room. Uzumaki Kushina had a surprised smile on her face. Kushina, what's wrong with you? I heard you don't want to go to the hospital. Senju Takuya poked Uzumaki Kushina on the forehead. I want to wait for you to come back. You are the father of the child, and you have to be present when the child is born. Uzumaki Kushina covered her forehead and said with a smile. Her words made Senju Takuya feel warm in his heart. What else could he say? Can I go to the hospital now? Senju Takuya kissed Uzumaki Kushina's forehead and asked. Kushina smiled and nodded. Senju Takuya personally carried Uzumaki Kushina to the hospital. Before long, Uzumaki Kushina was pushed into the delivery room. Takuya, did things go smoothly this time? My hands didn't bully you on the road, right? If there is any, just tell me and see if I don't beat her. While waiting outside the delivery room, Uzumaki Mito looked at Senju Takuya and smiled. Grandma Mito, everything went well. Besides, Sister Tsunade took good care of me along the way. Senju Takuya had a harmless smile on his face. Seeing his proud expression, Tsunade was furious. This person is so good at acting. She was obviously bullied all the way, okay. Only, she couldn't tell Mito about such embarrassing things. So, Tsunade could only sulk. That's good. You are the hope for the revival of our Senju clan now. Please take care of your health. Uzumaki Mito warned patiently. A few people chatted for a while, and then a loud baby cry came from the delivery room. At the same time, the system prompts sounded in Senju Takuya's mind. Ding. Children +1, get rewards. Physique +10, chakra +10, mental power +10. Extreme reaction nerves. Flying thunder god technique. As a warm current flowed into his body, Senju Takuya couldn't help but moan in comfort. He suddenly felt that his body became much lighter. His control over his body has become more meticulous. When he concentrated, everything seemed to slow down. Extreme reaction nerves. Senju Takuya couldn't help but be in a good mood. He was very satisfied with the system's reward this time. In combat, reaction speed is very important. In duels between masters, life and death often take less than a second. Like Namikaze Minato, the most important thing about his ability to possess such great strength is his extremely fast reaction speed. Otherwise, even if he mastered the Flying Thunder God technique in Rasengan, he still couldn't exert the power he should have. Senju Takuya doesn't know how fast Namikaze Minato's reaction speed is, but it will definitely not be faster than his current self. As for the Flying Thunder God technique reward, Senju Takuya is also very satisfied. Actually, a long time ago, he learned about Flying Thunder God. Although the Flying Thunder God technique is a forbidden technique on the Book of Sealings, it is difficult for others to access. But for him, who inherited the Senju clan, it is not difficult to learn. After all, most of these forbidden techniques were invented by second Hokage Senju Tobirama. There are also corresponding cultivation methods in the Senju tribe. No need to go through Sarutobi Hiruzen at all. Only, since he had no talent at all in the area of time and space ninjutsu, he studied it for a long time and still had no clue. At last, had to choose to give up. But now, probably because of the system rewards, he has not only mastered the Flying Thunder God technique, but also has a deep understanding of time and space that he knew nothing about before. Senju Takuya feels that if he learns time and space ninjutsu again in the future, the effect will be twice the result with half the effort. This is an unexpected surprise. Quote, Senju Takuya couldn't help but smile. At this time, Uzumaki Kushina was wheeled out of the delivery room. Takuya, this is our child. It's a boy. You give him a name. Uzumaki Kushina has a happy smile on her face. This is the first child she has given birth to for the Senju clan. Duh, why don't we just call him Naruto? Senju Naruto. Senju Takuya thought for a while and said, Isa. What a nice name. Naruto, did you hear that? Uzumaki Kushina gently touched Naruto's cheek. Wow wow wow. Naruto cried in agreement. This strong vitality. As expected of you and Kushina's child. Looking at Naruto crying, Tsunade couldn't help but admire him. Okay, if it were our child, his vitality would definitely be stronger. Senju Takuya teased Tsunade out of habit. On sight. It suddenly became quiet. Ah, you're going to die. Feeling everyone's gaze, Tsunade twisted Senju Takuya's body hard and ran away. Quote. BB carrot. It doesn't hurt at all. Senju Takuya smiled lightly. When he came, Tsunade asked himself not to tell anyone about this matter, but he was directly exposed. Well, I'm a little tired, so I'm going to rest first. Uzumaki Kushina said something and was pushed back to the ward by the doctor. The other people who came to accompany the childbirth also made excuses to leave. Ahem, Grandma Mito, let me take you back. Seeing Uzumaki Mito's playful eyes, Senju Takuya smiled awkwardly. Little Takuya, Tsunade has a bad temper, please be more patient in the future. I support you in this matter, work harder and try to take her down as soon as possible. Uzumaki Mito shook his fist at Senju Takuya, made a cheering gesture, and then left with a smile. Since everyone is so supportive, I can only act as soon as possible. Senju Takuya touched his nose and said proudly. To revive Senju. Tsunade, just go with it. Ning, smile. Unknown currency A, unknown currency A, unknown currency A, unknown currency A. Within the land of the Senju tribe, Uzumaki Kushina teased Naruto in her arms with a happy face. And Naruto also smiled very smartly. Kushina, Naruto is really smart. Uchiha Makoto said with some envy. She was obviously pregnant at about the same time as Kushina, but her belly has not moved yet. Makoto, you don't have to worry. It won't be long before it's your turn. Uzumaki Kushina smiled. I just don't know if I have a boy or a girl in my belly. Uchiha Makoto touched his belly gently, looking worried. Boys and girls are descendants of our Senju clan. How, you like boys? Uzumaki Kushina asked strangely. No, both boys and girls are my children, and I like them all. It's just that if the Senju clan wants to revive, it must have more men. I prefer that the child in my belly is a boy, so Takuya will also be happy. Uchiha Makoto spoke slowly. Do not worry. Whether it's a boy or a girl, Takuya will like it. Besides, even if this baby is not a boy, you can have more babies. When we have more than 20 children, our family will be lively. Uzumaki Kushina said exaggeratedly. Kushina, you think I'm an old sow. Uchiha Makoto rolled his eyes at Uzumaki Kushina angrily. More than 20 is too exaggerated. A dozen or so is about right. While the two were joking, Senju Takuya came over. Kushina, please do me a favor. Senju Takuya held Naruto in his arms and said while teasing Naruto. What's the matter? Uzumaki Kushina asked strangely. Help me send out the invitations. Senju Takuya took out a stack of invitations. You want to marry Sister Tsunade? After opening the invitation and looking at it, Uzumaki Kushina asked in surprise. That's right, Senju Takuya nodded. That's great. I didn't expect Sister Tsunade to agree so quickly. When I saw her yesterday and told her about this, she still refused to agree. Uzumaki Kushina clapped her hands happily. Kushina, you are wrong. Tsunade doesn't know about this yet. Hearing Senju Takuya's words, Uzumaki Kushina and Uchiha Makoto were both stunned. What's the situation? It's not like you don't understand Tsunade's character. If you don't force her, you don't know how long this matter will drag on. You just need to inform. It's best to let everyone in Konoha know about it. I'll take care of Tsunade's side. Senju Takuya said calmly. Takuya, as expected of you. Uzumaki Kushina couldn't help but give Senju Takuya a thumbs up. Sister Tsunade, don't blame me. As for my husband, I won't. Can you not listen? Quote. Congratulations, Tsunade-sama, you will also be the boss's wife from now on, so you don't have to pay for the drinks. Tsunade-sama, this is our black gold card. You can take a bath for free in the future. Tsunade-sama, you are getting married soon, so leave the hospital affairs to me. After traveling to many places, Tsunade finally determined one thing. She is getting married. And the news has spread throughout the streets and alleys of Konoha. Without her knowledge, returning to the Senju tribe, Tsunade angrily found Senju Takuya. Hello, you guy, what on earth did you do? Tsunade asked angrily. Nothing, just informing everyone that we are getting married. Senju Takuya smiled. When did I say I wanted to marry you? Tsunade went a little crazy. You don't want to marry me? Senju Takuya forced Tsunade to the wall and asked with a frown. I'm not ready yet. Seeing Senju Takuya's appearance, Sho felt guilty for some reason. What is there to prepare for? Grandma Mito agrees to everything you and I wish to do. Senju Takuya continued. Oh, that's not the case. I'm so much older than you, and this is Kushina's sister. Uzumaki Kushina has always regarded her as her elder sister, and she has always regarded Kushina as her younger sister. Now that she is asked to marry her sister's husband, she always feels a little awkward. Kushina and I don't mind the female junior holding a gold brick, so why are you so obsessed with it? After hearing Tsunade's words, Senju Takuya's tone softened. It's nothing but, I have the final say on the marriage. Seeing what Tsunade wanted to say, Senju Takuya interrupted directly. Snort, then you can't help but discuss it with me, right? From King Zhao. I really want to beat you to death, you. Tsunade said a little aggrievedly. She was obviously the one getting married, but she turned out to be the last one to know. This guy Senju Takuya is really going to piss her off. Who keeps you undecided? I'm still waiting for you to give me a child, and of course the sooner the better for marriage. Senju Takuya smiled. Who is going to have a baby with you? Tsunade blushed. Seeing her shy look, Senju Takuya gently lifted Tsunade's chin. What do you want to do? Tsunade's body was pressed against the wall, looking at Senju Takuya with evasive eyes. Senju Takuya said nothing, slowly lowered his head and kissed her. Their lips touched. Tsunade pushed Senju Takuya gently, and closed his eyes meekly. After being bullied so many times, I was too lazy to resist. Anyway, it will be succeeded every time. After a long time, Senju Takuya let go of Tsunade with some unsatisfied feelings. I will marry you in 3 days. Clean yourself and wait for me. Senju Takuya said forcefully. Snort. Tsunade snorted arrogantly, and was about to say something harsh, but when he saw Senju Takuya's threatening eyes, he decisively closed his mouth and ran out. Seeing Tsunade like this, Senju Takuya couldn't help but smile. Woman, sure enough, they are all the same. Even a character like Tsunade will turn into a docile kitten once conquered. 3 days flew by. In a blink of an eye, the day came to marry Tsunade. At the end of this day, the entire Konoha was decorated with lights and colorful decorations, and all the villagers came to the streets spontaneously. Tsunade is the granddaughter of first Hokage Senju Hashirama and a Konoha Sannin who is famous in the ninja world. So, many people wanted to see her wedding in person. Even many people who were performing tasks outside came back specially. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.